campus of Franklin High School. 4-2 Indians welcoming in.
In Maryland, football goes with just
This is the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown 2022. Two teams with state playoff aspirations. Franklin hosting Dundalk. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris bringing you the call from Franklin High School. This is a beautiful evening, Brent. These two teams have further to go, but they got something to settle tonight.
Yeah, big mid-season test for these two programs. Franklin, 3 champs. Dundalk last year was in the state championship game and fell just short. Both these teams want to play postseason football. A win here tonight would propel them in the right direction.
And here we get a good look at the tunnel. The crowd is starting to form. It is a spectacular occasion, and Dundalk and the Owls, they fought Beltway traffic. Now they're getting ready to take on the Indians from Franklin on their home turf, and it is spectacular.
And look, Franklin is a very good ball club. Might be a tougher test getting around the Beltway in Baltimore than it is what they'll face on the field here tonight. But the Dundalk Owls ranked 13th in the Baltimore Sun poll, 5-1 on the season against this Franklin Indians team that is 4-2, and they're great. It is always a great program here at Franklin, and this year is no different.
Franklin's got their tunnel set up. The Ravens have their tunnel set up for the visiting Dundalk Owls. A great, great occasion. Two great quarterbacks. You talk with the coaches, and they love the way these guys lead their teams when given the opportunity.
Yeah, and a little bit different for the two programs. The Franklin Indians started the season with a freshman in Xander McCracken. After a couple of games, just felt like a change was needed. And look, head coach Anthony Burgos told us that the freshman was doing a fine job, but they felt like they could energize the team, so they insert number 11, Billy Hartman. He's the senior. He's been really good this year. 5 touchdowns, just 3 picks. And for Dundalk, they've got Job Bonner. He's a big kid, 6'3", 202, 8 touchdowns and no picks. He's a decision maker and has a huge rocket arm. They can stretch the field for the Owls.
Thrilled to have you all joining us as we see at Franklin. This is a unique setup. They're up in the trees behind the field, kind of sneaking in like they're trying to creep into Harry's basement poker game. See if they can't play some good cards tonight. As you see the Ravens tunnel set to go, and here they come. The Dundalk Owls, 5-1 record. Head coach Tom Abel. And the crowd lets them have it. And the pyrotechnics send them out onto the field. Franklin still making their way down. I love this entrance, Brett. This high school, part of the spectacle is amazing.
Really is one of the cool things about the Ravens Rise Showdown. You always get a couple of good rivals. We're in Baltimore County here tonight. We've been in Anne Arundel County and Howard County. It is awesome. Ravens cheerleaders, the mascot, the band, everybody here for what is a great Friday Night Lights atmosphere here in Baltimore County.
Love the high school atmosphere. And you got the Ravens mascot. It's Edgar tonight. We've had Alan, we've had Poe. It's Edgar tonight. It is a great environment as Franklin gets ready to walk through the tunnel. The crowd again swelling as part of the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. Thrilled with the work they have done in supporting high school sports. Each team, they get a donation, they get gear, they get swag. It's a great event for them.
And how about this program that head coach Anthony Burgos has built over the last 2 decades, over the last 10 years, the winningest program in Baltimore County, 102 wins for this Indians team that has won 3 state championships. The bar has been set, right? The history is there for the Franklin Indians, and getting to the postseason and winning titles is what this program has been all about.
They are ready to go. Building a little bit of intensity inside their tunnel.
I like the look, the all red tonight here for Franklin. Good crowd here on the home side.
And a raucous crowd. They've made already a little bit. Dundalk came to the field and were not greeted warmly. Franklin 4-2 on the year, as you said, but they have a lot of momentum going. They've made a couple changes, couple tweaks. And
senior Derek Selvey bringing the team out, number 56.
And they are ready to bring the hammer to the Dundalk Owls. All those fireworks we missed last week, but we are ready for some fireworks tonight. 2 great quarterbacks, some great skill players on both squads. This is going to be something. Up next, we will have our Baltimore Sun media players to watch from Franklin High School. Great night. Welcome back to the campus of Franklin High School. 4-2 Indians welcoming in the 5-1 Dundalk Owls. And we have a great Chamber of Commerce type night here in Reisterstown Road. Beautiful historic Reisterstown. Let's take a look at our Baltimore Sun media players to watch for tonight's contest.
Booker, let's start with the Dundalk Owls, led by a trio of seniors, starting with number 1, Dale Martin. The senior has been terrific defensively, leads the team with 53 tackles, 15 of those for loss. Number 3, Jordan Ferenzi, he's the running back. He's been really good this year, 11 touchdowns, averaging just over 10 yards a carry. And the quarterback is Job Botter. He's a big guy, 6'3", 202 pounds. He can look over that line of scrimmage. 8 touchdowns, no picks.
And speaking of big guys, we got a big quarterback for Franklin, too. Who do you like on their squad to watch tonight?
We'll start with number 4, Devin Rollins. He's a senior, 6 foot 220, averages just over 10 yards a carry. Billy Hartman, the quarterback you're talking about, he's number 11, inserted as a starter a couple of weeks back, 5 touchdowns to just 3 picks. And Kyron Harry, he's a defensive back. If the ball's in the air, chances are he's going to be around it. He's got 3 picks already this season.
He is a sideline-to-sideline defender. We'll be back with the opening kickoff. The Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown at Franklin High School.
In Maryland, football goes with just about everything. Crab cakes and football may as well be our state motto. That's not all we do.
There's front flips and football, spelling bees and football, fight songs and football, making an entrance and football. 1, 2, 3. Hey.
That's what Maryland does.
Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, bringing your dreams to life.
Introducing Toyota Reserve, the fast and easy way to secure your new Toyota, even if it's still in production. And with 10 manufacturing plants right here in the U.S., your new Toyota is closer than you think. And now's a great time to cash in on getting top dollar for your trade. So contact your dealer and reserve your new truck, car, or SUV today. Toyota, let's go places.
Ravens fans, the regular season is here, but there's still time to secure your seat for some of the biggest battles in Baltimore this year. The Ravens host a Super Bowl 47 reunion on October 23rd as all fans will take home a commemorative championship banner. Buy now at BaltimoreRavens.com/tickets.
Today's game is presented by the BaltimoreSun.com, your best news source now. The Baltimore Ravens and Ravens Rise, connecting area student athletes with the Ravens. MedStar Health, easy access to the same high-quality care as the Ravens. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, great sports event management from conception to fruition.
As a pro athlete with type 1 diabetes, I know that life can get busy. Your health is a top priority, and we're here to help. The Baltimore Ravens, GEHA, and Novo Nordisk are committed to the overall wellness of the flock. Through awareness and education, the Purple Ticket to Health program provides resources that empower our community to take action towards a healthier lifestyle. Start your wellness journey by completing a short assessment and get the chance to win great Ravens prizes. Score your Purple Ticket today.
Throughout this season, the Ravens will honor 9 high school football coaches who have made a significant impact on their student athletes. Each Coach of the Week winner will receive a $2,000 donation to their school's football program and will be invited to the Ravens vs. Falcons game on December 24th at M&T Bank Stadium for an opportunity to be named the Ravens High School Coach of the Year. This past week's winner was Eric Woodson, varsity head football coach at Athelton High School. Congratulations, Coach Woodson.
Attention, ladies. A Purple Evening presented by Safeway returns on Monday, October 17th with current players, legends, cheerleaders, tote bags, locker room tours, and football. Don't miss your chance to party with the best female fans in the NFL. Get your tickets at BaltimoreRavens.com/apurpleevening. This season, the Baltimore Ravens are celebrating the accomplishments of female athletes in coordination with the high school Showdowns. Each week, female student athletes affiliated with each high school will be recognized for their athletic accomplishments, contributions in the community, and success in the classroom. During Friday Night Lights, these athletes will receive custom gear and meet Ravens players.
At the Big Screen Store, we'll pay your sales tax on Samsung's biggest and best TVs. Plus, get super comfy in-stock seating, all delivered super fast.
Whoa! Next day delivery, and they'll pay my sales tax? I'm going to the Big Screen Store.
Do the 4 of you want to explain this?
Market's really hot right now.
You cannot put this school up for sale.
Why not just list it, see what happens?
This location, square footage, its own gym, a theater, and a playground.
And it's close to a school.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is this?
1 week.
Market's really hot right now.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is he doing?
1 week, 1 week.
So what do you think?
It's nice.
Same as our BGE home van, right?
Same.
Same air conditioners, water heaters, and furnaces in back.
Still helping people save energy and money.
Everything's the same.
Yeah. Even the, music.
What's wrong with the music?
Oh, nothing.
Visit ConstellationHome.com or call 888-243-HOME.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Right now, lease the 2023 Santa Fe for just $269 a month. Plus, get a $500 first responder or military coupon.
Jones Junction is proud to be named Hartford's best car dealership and Baltimore's best car dealership. As Maryland's oldest family-owned dealership with over 105 years in business, Jones Junction has grown and thrived with a focus on the customer before, during, and after the sale. And Jones for a lifetime, with free oil changes, free car washes, and an engine guaranteed for a lifetime, keeps customers coming back. Stop by. We're only 15 minutes from the White Marsh Mall, and drive home your next vehicle with your own Jones tag frame.
your trip today. Remember it forever. Maryland. Be open.
Baltimore loves to run, and year after year, the Baltimore Running Festival is our greatest day of running participation. Over our first 20 years, we have created great memories, incredible accomplishments, and lifelong friendships, all through running. We have the perfect distance for every runner to conquer. From the fantastic 5K, the full, the Pandora 10K, and of course the Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield half. Go to thebaltimoremarathon.com and register today. Make it happen for you in 22.
When's my first meeting?
Casual or business casual?
Full skim soy oat almond pistachio or cashew.
Oh no. Spin class after work.
Come on, what's your goal?
What is my goal?
Hey, what's for dinner?
Kidding.
Life's questions can add up, but dinner Freshly makes it effortless. Balanced meals delivered fresh and fully prepared for days when you just can't.
Yes, thank you.
Freshly, your daily dilemma answered. Get started today at freshly.com.
The Bay Bridge Run is back on November 13th. Do I need to say more? In 2021, the event was sold out. You've driven over the beautiful bridge, now you can run over it. The puzzle piece medals are a huge hit, and the sunrise over the bridge is spectacular. You'll get a frosty Michelob Ultra in the Constellation Home Celebration Village. This is your year to make it happen. Go to thebaybridgerun.com to register now.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
We tailgate together. We watch together. We get pumped together. We weather the storms together. And most importantly, we flock together.
One of the more crowded coin tosses we've seen so far this season, Brent.
Yeah, including a couple of Ravens. Odafe Owe, the Ravens defensive end linebacker, he was with the Franklin Indians. And DeMarcus Robinson, the wide receiver with the Dundalk Owls, each taking a side. They talked to the players before the game, gave a little pep talk, out for the coin toss, and I'm sure there's probably a little friendly wagering between Robinson and Owe as well.
I guarantee you there's a friendly wager, but who do you think Edgar, the mascot, is betting on?
He's neutral. He always goes with the winner, but he waits till the end to tell us.
And here goes Dundalk with a quick little squib kick right down the middle, returned by Joshua Silberman for Franklin, and Franklin will take possession. They are in the all red with white lids, and Dundalk, the visitors, in the white with gold tops.
Franklin Indians this year averaging just under 28 points a ball game, 223 yards a game as well. Ryan Hand is their offensive coordinator, and he has been here for 2 decades. This is an offense well-balanced, loves to run the football.
Billy Hartman, the signal caller, lone setback, twin receivers to his left, and whistles right out of the gate. Everybody's a little anxious tonight.
Entry out on the field there.
Franklin puts themselves now at 1st and 15. No harm, no foul. You got Billy Hartman at quarterback. He might be able to pick up 15, 20 yards on a run. And keep an eye on number 1, Khalil Bala. He is something. They are pressing up on him. Keith Barnes gets the assignment. Quick inside handoff. Running to his right is Gibson, and Gibson gets a chunk of yards. That's a big gain on 1st and 15. He's going to bring up 2nd and short.
Yeah, Franklin has two running backs they can go with, and Devin Rollins, the senior, and Anthony Gibson, who is only a sophomore. Great block by Bilal, the junior. He got out in front. Great block on the defensive back. Probably picked up an extra 5 yards or so because of it.
Great blocking. Both these teams talk about their affinity for the running game to set up the pass, and there is the pass. Juggled and dropped by Teron Stansberry.
Just a quick hitter for Billy Hartman, trying to get him comfortable, just right through the hands of the wide receiver there in Stansberry. But, Billy Hartman right around just under 50% on the season, so getting a couple of easy throws early would help calm the nerves a little bit.
And a great run by Gibson to put him in this 3rd and short. Hartman, Gibson the lone setback. And he goes with the inside handoff, and he gets tripped up. And after a healthy gain on that 1st and 15, it looks like they may have to kick it away.
Lawson Ethington, the senior, was the first one into the backfield for the Owls. Kind of disrupted the play a little bit. Then Gibson lost his footing and then ended up losing a couple of yards.
Brent, keep your eye on Billy Hartman as the punter. Always something to worry about when you think about middle of the field, 4th and 3. Why not? Clean snap. Hartman gets it away off to his left, but it takes a great bounce. If you're a Franklin fan, and the Dundalk Owls will get their first possession.
Yeah, not a big punt for Hartman, about 23 yards on the punt, but it did take a bounce. Picked up another 5 or 6, which is important right there at midfield.
Every yard counts. We've had so many great ball fan knows. It does become a game of inches, and you fight for that inch.
So this Dundalk Owls offense puts up points in a big way. 40 points a ball game this season, over 353 yards a game as well. They can do it on the ground or through the air. They are very balanced, and Job Botter is their signal caller. He has been very good this season.
Big, strong kid, and they go right to the run. Forenza slams it up the middle for a gain of a hard 3. Call it 4.
Tell you what, though, for the Franklin Indians and that defensive front, not a bad stop. This is a kid, Forenza, who averages over 10 yards a carry. He's going to get the ball a ton.
Yeah.
He's already got 87 carries on the season, and he's one of the top. He's one of the top in all of the state of Maryland as far as scoring touchdowns. He's got 11 touchdowns on the season. He can sniff out the end zone.
Bonner takes it, gives it to Forenza. Forenza slams it up, and that will be first down yardage.
The number 3.
Dundalk Owls.
Second effort, Devin Rollins had him by the ankles, but it was the lunge by Forenza able to move the chains, pick up the first down, just the extra effort. Great to see from the senior.
And you mentioned how many touchdowns he has and how he has that ability after contact when he's going down to still lunge, and gobble up 2 or 3 more yards. That gets you in the end zone. Bonner motions a man, and he strikes down the middle. A little bit of contact, but not enough to draw a flag. Briscoe.
Chiron on the coverage. We talked about Chiron before the game is one of the players to watch. 3 interceptions on the season. He is a lockdown defensive back. It looked like he got there, Booker, just a little early, but the referees held the flags in pockets and let that go. But I thought it was a good play by Chiron Harry. Good coverage.
And you watch enough Franklin football, you're going to see Harry on the defensive end, number 17. Bonner takes a snap. And again, healthy dose of Forenza. Off the right side, gain of 5.
Ball carried by number 3, Jordan Forenza.
3rd and 5 for the Owls.
We talked about this great matchup in Baltimore County. They're the only 2 unbeaten teams in Baltimore County regional play. Within the region, neither of these teams has lost a game yet this season. 5-1 Dundalk, 4-2 Franklin. 2 teams that very typically the winner of this game goes on to the postseason. It was the case a year ago when Dundalk beat the Indians.
Bonner back to pass and throws a strike to Dale Martin. Another one of your ones to watch, Baltimore, by the Baltimore Sun.
Well, Dale
Media.
Martin, number 1, not only does he lead the team with 53 tackles on the defensive, he's also got 3 receiving touchdowns as a tight end. He averages just under 19 yards per reception for a big kid, 6', 220. Got open right down the middle, and Bonner did a fantastic job of fitting it into the scheme.
Like you said, a kid with a couple sacks already on the year. Forenza tries the jitterbug, which is not his style. I'm sorry, that was Oxidine, one of the captains for the squad.
Dab Duru getting in and just getting the tackle around the shoulder pass, got himself a big handful and brought him down, and just focusing on the running back for the Owls, number 3, Forenza. It's a smart defensive move for the Indians because Forenza's going to get the ball a lot out of the backfield.
Bonner takes the snap, fakes it to Oxidine, and gets it outside quickly to Briscoe, who sheds a tackler, or as we like to say, a would-be tackler.
Briscoe just keeping his balance, going to hand down. Watch this, just a little stiff arm, and then a hand, able to keep his balance and pick up another 5 or 6 yards on the first down.
Good looking job, Bonner, senior quarterback for Dundalk. And this time they go back to Forenza. And he gobbles up a bunch. Again, their first down efficiency has been something so far tonight, Brent.
Player down on the field, Gary Sullivan for Franklin.
Yeah, and he's got that helmet off. Dundalk guys getting a little water as the Franklin medical team tends to their injured man. First quarter.
Jeez.
Ironic. Edelman's struggling with reception.
2 things I hate dropping: balls and calls.
Well, you need a better network. Time to switch to Verizon, the most reliable 5G network in America.
I'm listening.
You even get a free 5G phone on them.
Sweet.
So now, whether you're in the city or on the road,
Reception.
and getting the network you want and a brand new phone.
Touchdown!
Oh! Touchdown!
Switch now and get the new Google Pixel 7 Pro on us. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans. Because there's
Do the
power
4 of you
in
want to
trust.
explain this?
MedStar Health. It's
Market's
how we
really
treat
hot right
people.
now.
You cannot put this school up for sale.
Why not just list it? See what happens.
This location, square footage, its own gym, a theater, and a playground.
And it's close to a school.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1
What
week.
is this?
1 week.
Market's really hot right now.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is he doing?
1 week, 1 week.
Jones Junction is proud to be named Hartford's best car dealership and Baltimore's best car dealership. As Maryland's oldest family-owned dealership with over 105 years in business, Jones Junction has grown and thrived with a focus on the customer before, during, and after the sale. And Jones for a lifetime, with free oil changes, free car washes, and an engine guaranteed for a lifetime, keeps customers coming back. stop by. We're only 15 minutes from the White Marsh Mall, and drive home your next vehicle with your own Jones tag frame.
So what do you think?
Bride's nice.
Same as our BGE home van, right?
Same.
Same air conditioners, water heaters, and furnaces in back.
Still helping people save energy and money.
Everything's the same.
Yeah. Even the, music.
What's wrong with the music?
Oh, nothing.
Visit constellationhome.com or call 888-243-HOME.
At the Big Screen Store, we'll pay your sales tax on Samsung's biggest and best TVs. Plus, get super comfy in-stock seating, all delivered super fast.
Whoa! Next day delivery, and they'll pay my sales tax? I'm going to the Big Screen Store.
Looking like I'm the next big thing. I'm about to cause a scene. Everyone wanna be like me. I'm feeling super duper. Looking like I'm the next big thing. I'm about to cause a scene. Everyone wanna be like me. Yeah, welcome to the future.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Right now, lease the 2023 Santa Fe for just $269 a month. Plus, get a $500 first responder or military coupon.
The Bay Bridge Run is back on November 13th. Do I need to say more? In 2021, the event was sold out. You've driven over the beautiful bridge. Now you can run over it. The puzzle piece medals are a huge hit, and the sunrise over the bridge is spectacular. You'll get a frosty Michelob Ultra in the Constellation Home Celebration Village. This is your year to make it happen. Go to thebaybridgerun.com to register now. We are at Franklin High School. We have an injured Franklin Indian down on the field, number 6, Gary Sullivan, who took the brunt of that pile. And it speaks to the intensity of high school football.
Well, I mean, we're not showing you replays and we're not showing you shots of the injured player for a reason. Really, just a tough injury. We're waiting now for, I would imagine, an ambulance at this point.
Sort of cart.
But yeah, Lowe just got caught up in the pile as the pile moved, and there was a lot of bodies flying around. And man, I'll just hope, for Gary Sullivan, a senior, his mom is out there with him now. All his teammates on one knee as well, both sides for Dundalk and for Franklin. Just a serious injury, and again, just the reason we're not showing it is because of the severity of what happened.
You see it happen once a year or so. It's just unfortunate for Gary Sullivan. And what a great bunch of teammates he has as they help get him up just a little bit. Again, his mom out on the field tending to him. We'll be back here at Franklin High School momentarily.
Jeez.
Ironic. Edelman's struggling with reception.
Two things I hate dropping: balls and calls.
Well, you need a better network. Time to switch to Verizon, the most reliable 5G network in America.
I'm listening.
You even get a free 5G phone on them.
Jeez.
Ironic. Edelman's struggling with reception.
Two things I hate dropping: balls and calls.
Well, you need a better network. Time to switch to Verizon, the most reliable 5G network in America.
I'm listening.
You even get a free 5G phone on them.
Sweet.
So now, whether you're in the city or on the road,
reception,
and getting the network you want, and a brand new phone.
Touchdown!
Oh! Touchdown!
Switch now and get the new Google Pixel 7 Pro on us. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Baltimore loves to run, and year after year, the Baltimore Running Festival is our greatest day of running participation. Over our first 20 years, we have created great memories, incredible accomplishments, and lifelong friendships, all through running. We have the perfect distance for every runner to conquer, from the fantastic 5K, the full, the Pandora 10K, and of course the Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield Half. Go to thebaltimoremarathon.com and register today. Make it happen for you in 22.
We tailgate together. We watch together. We get pumped together. We weather the storms together. And most importantly, we flock together.
When's my first meeting?
Casual or business casual?
Full skim, so I oat almond pistachio or cashew.
Oh no.
Stay in class after work.
Come on, what's your goal?
What is my goal? Hey, what's for dinner?
Kidding.
Life's questions can add up, but dinner freshly makes it effortless. Balanced meals delivered fresh and fully prepared for days when you just can't.
Yes, thank you.
Freshly, your daily dilemma answered. Get started today at freshly.com.
Back at Franklin High School as we wait for serious medical attention to arrive for the injured player, Gary Sullivan. He is moving his upper body. Like you said, it's a lower body injury, and it's one of those things that's just unfortunate in athletics where guys, get going, big bodies going at high rates of speed.
Yeah, head coach Anthony Burgos is out there with his player, the team now on the sideline, and at some point, how you're going to get the message across to your team game to be played and how you're going to motivate the kids who are watching this unfold. And you can see that this is clearly taking an effect. A lot of the guys on this team, and as you mentioned, Gary Sullivan, one of the team captains, went out to midfield for the coin toss, highly thought of. He's a senior on this team, so how Coach Burgos is able to rally his team after this will be interesting. This is not an easy situation for the other players who have had to sit through this and watch, and the concern they have for their teammate. And then at some point, like we said, they're going to whistle this thing and start to play again. How do you react?
And they rally around their fallen comrade. And then also, Dundalk's over there, every player mostly on a knee as we see the ambulance getting onto the grounds here.
And that's a good point, Book, because it can affect both teams. I mean, clearly Franklin concerned about their teammate, but you can see some equal concern for the Dundalk kids who are on the far sideline as we wait for the ambulance to come in.
They are by no means fist bumping or chest pounding over there. They are worried and concerned about their opponent. It's respect.
And it's one of those freak injuries in football where a player just gets caught up in the wash, right? I mean, just the play is moving hard to the left, and players are getting blocked and pushed and getting caught, falling to the ground, and it just was an unfortunate situation where the got caught up in it, and the injury, as we have said, pretty severe, very serious, and again, that's why we're not showing any replays of it. You could just take our word for it. It's one you wouldn't want to see, and hopefully, all the best to Gary Sullivan. Man, hopefully he's going to be okay. It's a tough situation.
It certainly is, as you see our Ravens fans getting set for their action on Sunday. We'll step away for a moment as they tend to the injured player here from Franklin High School.
Since 1837, our mission has been to chronicle the life and spirit of Maryland and the Chesapeake Bay. In all we do and in all we stand for, we are Baltimore. This is the Baltimore Sun.
As a pro athlete with type 1 diabetes, I know that life can get busy. Your health is a top priority, and we're here to help. The Baltimore Ravens, GEHA, and Novo Nordisk are committed to the overall wellness of the flock. Through awareness and education, the Purple Ticket to Health program provides resources that empower our community to take action towards a healthier lifestyle. Start your wellness journey by completing a short assessment and get the chance to win great Ravens prizes. Score your Purple Ticket today.
This season, the Baltimore Ravens are celebrating the accomplishments of female athletes in coordination with the high school Showdowns. Each week, female student athletes affiliated with each high school will be recognized for their athletic accomplishments, contributions in the community, and success in the classroom. During Friday Night Lights, these athletes will receive custom gear and meet Ravens players.
In Maryland, football goes with just about everything. Crab cakes and football may as well be our state motto. That's not all we do.
There's front flips and football, spelling bees and football, fight songs
And football!
making an entrance.
And football! 1, 2, 3, hey! That's what Maryland does!
When's my first meeting?
Casual or business casual?
Full skim, so I own all the pistachio or cashew.
Oh, no.
Spin class after work.
Come on, what's your goal?
What is my goal? Hey, what's for dinner? Kidding.
Life's questions can add up, but dinner freshly makes it effortless. Balanced meals delivered fresh and fully prepared for days when you just can't.
Yes, thank you.
Freshly, your daily dilemma answered. Get started today at freshly.com.
The purpose in life isn't to avoid every single risk. It's to find someone to cover your back so you can take the biggest ones.
Plan your trip today. Remember it forever. Maryland. Be open.
Jones Junction is proud to be named Hartford's best car dealership and Baltimore's best car dealership. As Maryland's oldest family-owned dealership with over 105 years in business, Jones Junction has grown and thrived with a focus on the customer before, during, and after the sale. And Jones for a lifetime, with free oil changes, free car washes, and an engine guaranteed for a lifetime, keeps customers coming back. Stop by. We're only 15 minutes from the White Marsh Mall, and drive home your next vehicle with your own Jones tag frame.
Do the four of you want to explain this?
Market's really hot right now.
You cannot put this school up for sale.
Why not just list it, see what happens?
This location, square footage, its own gym, a theater, and a playground.
And it's close to a school.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1
What
week.
is this?
1 week.
Market's really hot right now.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is he doing?
1 week, 1 week.
Looking like I'm the next big thing. I'm about to cause a scene. Everyone wanna be like me. I'm feeling super duper. Looking like I'm the next big thing. I'm about to cause a scene. Everyone wanna be like me. Yeah, welcome to the future.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Right now, lease the 2023 Santa Fe for just $269 a month. Plus, get a $500 first responder or military coupon.
So what do you think?
Ride's nice.
Same as our BGE home van, right?
Same.
Same air conditioners, water heaters, and furnaces in back.
Still helping people save energy and money.
Everything's the same.
Yeah. Even the, music.
What's wrong with the music?
Oh, nothing.
Visit ConstellationHome.com or call 888-243-HOME.
At the Big Screen Store, we'll pay your sales tax on Samsung's biggest and best TVs. Plus, get super comfy in-stock seating, all delivered super fast.
Whoa! Next day delivery, and they'll pay my sales tax. I'm going to the Big Screen Store.
We are back at Franklin High School, where the Dundalk Owls come to visit. Injured players still on the field. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris, midway through the first quarter here, and a healthy delay in the injury as they tend to him. Let's take a quick look at how things got going here this evening. Franklin with the first possession of the game.
Franklin offense, the first possession, and able to get a couple of big plays. Anthony Gibson, their sophomore, the big play, and then Dundalk after a punt started their possession about the 40-yard line. One big completion moved it across midfield, and that was to Dale Martin, the big tight end, and another big one to Kevin Briscoe. And as Dundalk moved into Franklin territory, that's where we had the injury right at the 25-yard line. As you mentioned, Sullivan is still down. It's been about 15, 20 minutes he has been down, and now at least there is medical attention here. His family is also out on the field, and we're hoping that, all the best for this young man, and just a very serious injury.
Our next game, City versus Poly, one of the great rivalries. That'll be coming to you on the 29th from Johns Hopkins.
Great place, great atmosphere. This is one of those long, storied type of rivalry. City, Poly, you think about Calvert Hall, Loyola. Remember back in the day, it was the doubleheader where you get the morning matchup of City, Poly on Thanksgiving. Years back, they moved the game from Thanksgiving, but it still has all the glamour of some of those great matchups of the past. I'm looking forward to that one, Booker. That is one of those games every year. You just know, right? City, Poly, Calvert Hall, Loyola, they're big ones.
I have some relatives who played in that game a long, long time ago. A couple uncles.
It's been around a long time.
Yeah, a couple uncles who went at it. Never at Homewood Field, though.
It's going to be great under the lights at Homewood Field. Very two-storied programs, right? I mean, two teams that have had some great seasons, and two great teams again this year. Should be a great matchup. I'm looking forward to it being, again, Friday night lights at Johns Hopkins. We're used to seeing great lacrosse over at Homewood Field. We're going to have some great football in a couple of weeks.
As the cheers go up for Gary Sullivan, the injured Franklin Indian. Now the whole team's going out to send him off as he is now on the gurney.
I will say, as serious an injury as the team ran over, Gary Sullivan had the biggest smile on his face to have his teammates. You could just see just how much he loved having them come over and just support. You think in a moment like that, but man, he had the biggest smile on his face.
Yep, as they rally around him. Tough scenario for both squads. Again, we talked about how Franklin has to react to this. Dundalk has to react. They're driving the ball here in the first quarter in a game that means a lot. And these are two teams with heavy playoff aspirations, state title aspirations in their respective classes.
Oh, the thumbs up.
Yep. Gary Sullivan giving a big wave off in the crowd, responding in kind. And the Dundalk guys are giving him a round of applause. Sportsmanship, they understand this is high school football. It's amazing. It's intense.
As we talked about, Booker, it was a total it was not intentional. Nope. Just kind of got caught up in the play, went down, and, just unfortunate. Such a serious injury. And that young man who is a senior, his high school football career, right, coming to an end here tonight. But, man, all the best to Gary Sullivan, and hope he bounces. Man, that is a tough one.
Such a while that both squads are now taking the opportunity to re-stretch. So it is a chance to recharge, regroup.
It's been a good 20, right? 20, 25 minutes or so.
Certainly a tough deal.
And when we get the game back home, Booker, Dundalk's going to have the football. They're inside the 20, the 23, putting together a real nice opening drive for the Owls and Tom Abel. By the way, Tom Abel for Dundalk, his first year as the Owls head coach, took over for Matt Banda after he coached it for 4 years. But this great rivalry is about to continue between Dundalk and Franklin.
We will be right back at Franklin High School as we see the band getting the crowd charged back up. Here we go, Ravens rise. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, bringing your dreams to life. Baltimore loves to run, and year after year, the Baltimore Running Festival is our greatest day of running participation. Over our first 20 years, we have created great memories, incredible accomplishments, and lifelong friendships, all through running. We have the perfect distance for every runner to conquer, from the fantastic 5K, the full, the Pandora 10K, and of course the Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield half. Go to thebaltimoremarathon.com and register today. Make it happen for you in 22. The band's ready. The Franklin defense is on the field. The Dundalk offense coming back out as we are set for the restart. Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris bringing it to you. Job honors, ready to lead his squad. And Jordan Forenza, the lone setback for the Owls, takes the handoff. He loves between the tackles. And he gobbles up a chunk, but he's not going to get first down yardage. I'm short.
Dab DeRue's done a great job here tonight on that right side of the Franklin defense and making a stop first there to meet Forenza. And that's got to be first and foremost in the back of the mind of this Franklin defense. Randy Johnson, the defensive coordinator. How do you stop Jordan Forenza, who has done so much this year, almost 900 yards of rushing coming into this game?
Dundalk puts a man in motion. Job honor looking right, has the completion to the motion man, Dale Martin, his second catch of the night. And we're looking at the spot of that. It's a 4th and short.
Well, you can see already for Job Bonner, Dale Martin is sort of that security blanket. He's finding him over the middle, kind of like the Ravens use Mark Andrews right to 10-yard range. And Dale Martin coming up with a couple big catches on this drive.
He was past the sticks, but I clearly don't have as good a view as the referee who's on the line. Handoff inside, Forenza digging for yards like he does.
It's going to be really close.
That is going to be close. They're going to have to, they might bring the chains out for this.
Franklin's holding up a fist like we just got the ball back, and Dundalk is pointing like it's a first down, and no signal from the referee.
He winds the clock. They haven't motioned the chain gang yet. And there they go. So it is a first down.
First down.
Yep.
That took a little bit of extra time there, and if it was a first, it wasn't by much.
Yeah. First down for Dundalk. Just inside the 20. Job Bonner, Forenza to his left. Looking to pass. Bonner steps up in the pocket, and he is going to be met by of Franklin Indians. Great defense there. Bonner can tuck and run when called upon to do so.
Yeah, nothing downfield at all. Good decision by and try to pick up a few yards. Control English was there for the Indians. The big fella first to meet Bonner and bring him down, and a loss of about a half yard.
And the officials just called a timeout on the field, and they're just resetting things, getting the play clock oriented. Some nice defense so far by number 4, Devin Rollins, also a captain for this Franklin Indian squad.
Yeah, terrific player, Devin Rollins, a senior.
Forensic shucks and jives, but does not gain
by number
much.
3.
And that's going to bring up third and long as Franklin defense has certainly answered the call.
Yeah, Forenza had, the 5-yard run on the first play. Then he had a 6-7-yard run. But he hasn't done a whole lot since. Averages over 10 yards a carry. They've bottled him up pretty well so far. And this Franklin defense setting up a third and very long here for the Owls.
Third and long. The Ravens cheerleaders have the crowd jacked up. Bonner looks down the sideline, has a man, can't reel it in. Just off the fingertips of Dale Martin.
And he was wide open, and sometimes it is the ones when you are wide open or toughest to catch. Kind of gets turned around a little on this Bonner throw. Watch, he looks like it's going to be over his right shoulder, and he tries to turn back the other way, unable to pull it in.
That'll bring up 4th and 10.5 for the Owls. No doubt in their mind they're going for it. Forenza the lone setback. Only 2 receivers, but a tight end. Martin rolls out into the pattern. Bonner rolls his way, looking for Briscoe, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. The Franklin defense holds, and I got to think Gary Sullivan was in the back of their mind because they stepped up.
A defensive stop, but at the same time, maybe just a chance to exhale because it should have been a touchdown on that Bonner throw into the end zone to the tight end, Dale Martin, who couldn't hold on to it. And now Franklin take it over on downs.
Billy Hartman takes the snap, rolls to his left, looks down the field, and may have interception in and out of the hands.
Good. Yeah, Eric Coates was there on 6 foot, 180 pounds senior. Really had a shot at an interception. He's got 2 already on the season, but he cut the throw a little short, tried to pick it off, and just couldn't hang on.
Second and 10 for Billy Hartman, Franklin Indians. Trip receivers to his right, handoff up the inside, and a healthy dose of yards. Tristan Richardson. And that's going to move the chains for Franklin.
And Tristan Richardson, only a sophomore, and there's a lot of sophomores on this team. They have 5 sophomores that start. Fairly young squad, a couple of first-year players as well. And Richardson, just one of those all-around great athletes, returns kicks. You'll find him who plays a little bit of wide receiver as well.
The pitch to the left, and it's going to be Gibson. Now, Brent, they've gone press coverage. They have no safety on the field. They are putting 9 men in the box. They're trying to dare him to run. And keep your eye on number 1 for Franklin, Khalil Bilal. He might be able to break something if Hartman can find him down the sideline because he's got one-on-one.
Bilal's been the Indians' best receiver this year, leads the team with 17 receptions, 240 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. He averages just over 14 yards a completion, and he's one that can stretch the field a little bit. So focus on Rollins and Gibson, the running backs, but if they have a chance to throw downfield, they're going to let the senior Billy Hartman take a shot.
And we get a holding against Franklin on the play, and there you see it. Defender Dale Martin, he's everywhere. He's the one who got held. Great work by our camera folks.
I mean, defensively, Dale Martin has been terrific. 53 tackles, 15 for loss, 4 forced fumbles, couple of sacks, and a pick.
Hartman with the keeper, and he fights his way for a couple yards, and then hold your nose because here goes the cold water. Coming up with the little stick. Number 7, Eric Coates, putting a shoulder into a man, along with number 2, Keith Barnes.
I think that was Martin at the end to clean it up. Take another look here. Right at the end here, bam.
That
good
was old 22. That is something for Tavon Witt. Talk about
Adonis Fuller. Man, what a hit.
Hartman back to pass, looks left, has a man on the skinny post, and it is completed, but it's only back to the original line of scrimmage.
Pass complete to number 1.
Getting into the action so far. Interesting to see how that's going to evolve as we're still in the first quarter. He just strikes fear into me, and I'm not even playing defense.
Yeah, and look, Ryan Hain, the offensive coordinator for Franklin, they want to have a little bit of balance. They've got 12 rushing touchdowns, 7 passing touchdowns this season. When they run the ball well, that's when they're at their best, but they can also be balanced, and that's what they're hoping to get out of this offense.
Franklin uses a timeout to reset things as they face a 3rd and 12.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Good look at that Dundalk defense getting back out on the field as they've forced Franklin into a 3rd and 12. Still first quarter. If you're just joining us, we had an injury with a delay. Toss sweep to the right side, and the Dundalk defense, no lull there. No lull at all.
Ball carried by number 12,
and that's going to force Franklin to punt.
Stop for a loss. It's 4th down.
Desmond Oxidine, great play, getting into just slowing down that play before it ever had a chance to get started, and
back to receive.
Franklin really not getting much out of the offense there on that possession. They'll have to punt it away. Last 2 games, this is an offense that put up 457 rushing yards, and they have had trouble getting the rushing game going tonight.
Hartman got his leg going into that one.
Punt.
Yeah. His first punt was wobbly and rolled. This was
stop at the 39-yard line.
Healthy punt by Hartman, and Dundalk offense will take the field as we get a look at Chimdiono, number 55 for Dundalk. We talked about him in pregame warm-ups. He's a man dressed in high school football clothing.
Oh, it's crazy. Players for Dundalk are. You saw him getting off the bus, and you can see 55 there at tackle, and he looks like he's already college-bound type of left tackle, protecting the blind side of Jai Botter.
And they probe the inside, and the Franklin defense now stuffing them. These 2 offensive units who can get up and down the field, but right now
running play.
The scoreboard stuck on zeros as the first quarter is winding down here on the Dundalk offense.
Think about the last couple of games. Dundalk put up 53 in a win over Catonsville, 42 in a win over Towson. And Franklin put up 40 and 35 in their last 2 wins, and not a ton of offense here in this first quarter.
Ferrenta tripped up that time. Victor Medina.
Ball carried by number 3.
Great play by him. The first quarter comes to a close 0-0. 2 tremendous squads proving their point.
Behind every NFL player, coach, and general manager is a family. The Purple Chair podcast takes you inside the Ravens family to show you the other side of the NFL business. From talking to John Harbaugh's wife, Ingrid, about how she prepared her daughter to go to school after a tough loss, to sharing memories of draft night with Patrick Queen's mom, Mary. The Purple Chair podcast tells you the stories of the humans who play the game. Listen to the Purple Chair podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Since 1837, our mission has been to chronicle the life and spirit of Maryland and the Chesapeake Bay. In all we do and in all we stand for, we are Baltimore. This is the Baltimore Sun.
Ravens fans, the regular season is here, but there's still time to secure your seat for some of the biggest battles in Baltimore this year. The Ravens host a Super Bowl 47 reunion on October 23rd as all fans will take home a commemorative championship banner. Buy now at BaltimoreRavens.com/tickets.
Introducing Toyota Reserve, the fast and easy way to secure your new Toyota, even if it's still in production. And with 10 manufacturing plants right here in the U.S., your new Toyota is closer than you think. And now's a great time to cash in on getting top dollar for your trade. So contact your dealer and reserve your new truck, car, or SUV today. Toyota, let's go places.
The purpose in life isn't to avoid every single risk. It's to find someone to cover your back so you can take the biggest ones.
The Dundalk Owls are ready to go to start this second quarter. They do not get held scoreless for an entire quarter very often. So credit the Franklin defense for getting some work done.
Yeah, Booker, we didn't expect a defensive battle. You look at these two teams, they can move the football up and down the field. They put up a lot of points, but both teams blanked there in the first quarter. It has really been a battle of wills along the offensive and defensive lines.
And we got a false start. We got a false start. Ja Bonner voicing his displeasure. And that is definitely going to be against Dundalk. False start the call. Great occasion here tonight. Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. That purple rising. You know, Brent, football drives the bus when it comes to sports, but high school athletics is all about the participants, whether male, female, football, cross country, field hockey, soccer, track and field. Amazing thing to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. And the support that you get from all the other teams as well.
Bonner looks again, trying to connect.
Yeah, Eric Coates looked like Ravens, and you know, defensively it looked like Jamari Lewis was going to lay a big hit. And Jamari Lewis, I think, saw the ball go through his hands because he was extended a little, and I thought he was going to deliver something big.
Coach tried to reel it in, and now Dundalk forced to punt. Kamari Brathwaite catches the high snap and gets it off and booms one. This is Gibson running to his left. Great run by Anthony Gibson, just a sophomore. You talked about that. Made a nice little catch on that on the punt cover.
Yeah, it was a bad snap, very high, and a great job just corralling in the snap and getting a punt off with good hang time, a chance for the coverage team to get down and make the tackle.
Franklin comes right off the sideline. Coach Burgos trying to get this team rejuvenated. Billy Hartman, quarterback for Franklin. Has Bilal single coverage to his left, and we get whistles, and that's going to be a false start against Franklin. Can't get our feet under us in the second quarter, Brent.
Yeah, it's gotten a little sloppy on both sides of the football right now. Simple thing like just getting the snap count correct has been the most challenging.
And we'll reset 1st and 15. Khalil Bilal split to the left as Hartman sends a man in motion, and he rifles one out to the right side. And they get back not even to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, both teams have done a great job of this, but team tackling, getting to the football, great pursuit. And there was 3 or 4 Owls there just as the completion was made. And again, going in the wrong direction, it's going to bring up a second and pretty long here, about 15.
And there's another flag. Illegal shift against Franklin, and they, like you said, move in the wrong direction.
A little hard to pick up the flags because I believe the flags are in the pink color. Of course, it's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A couple of the players we see wearing the pink in their uniforms, but I did not see that flag go. It's not quite as bright as the yellow flag. And
I appreciate the mention of Breast Cancer Awareness. My sister Kelly Corrigan, a breast cancer survivor.
Where to go, man. That Owls defense clogging up the middle again.
They re-stuffing the run. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get a talented receiver like Field. He is split to the left, doesn't even go in the huddle. He's the lone end out here on the left side. Hartman tries to draw him off with a hard count. Can't do it. He now resets. Now we get more. Every receiver went out into the pattern.
Well, Booker, one of the receivers was about 20 yards downfield, and the ball had never been snapped. The receiver, when you're that far away from the line of scrimmage, you watch the ball. That's when you go. You don't listen for a count. You're watching the ball on the snap, and he obviously was not watching the football.
And Hartman was doing the hard count to try and draw Dundalk offsides. Ended up, now they are second and a cab ride. And now we get a timeout by Dundalk.
I feel like it's a much-needed timeout for both sides to just compose themselves a little bit.
Coach Tom Abel calls a timeout. Great chatting with both these coaches this week. What a great event Adam Riddell and Ravens Rise doing in 2022.
Jeez.
Ironic. Edelman's struggling with reception.
2 things I hate dropping: balls and calls.
Well, you need a better network. Time to switch to Verizon, the most reliable 5G network in America.
I'm listening.
You even get a free 5G phone on them.
Sweet.
So now, whether you're in the city or on the road,
reception.
And getting the network you want and a brand new phone.
Touchdown!
Oh! Touchdown!
Switch now and get the new Google Pixel 7 Pro on us. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon.
Franklin offense trying to make up some of the lost yards.
The book you mentioned about your sister and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. My wife, 2-time breast cancer survivor. And on Sunday, she's jumping out of a perfectly good plane to raise money.
Good.
Yep, for Three Sisters, a great organization over it's down in Virginia Sunday morning. She'll hold you a spot, book. Not for me.
Oh, I love it. Hartman looks over. He has some time, scrambles a little bit to his right, throws it to the sideline, out of bounds, incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
I thought it was a really good job from Jordan Forenza, who came back because that play took a long time to develop. Going down the field, number 3, Forenza comes back for his quarterback, just unable to get the feet down and inbounds. Yeah, Book, as I told my wife, skydiving, I'm more nervous for her than she is to do it. She's more the daredevil, and I'll just be the proud husband and hope and pray everything goes well.
Well, my question is she going to wear a helmet?
I think they do.
Because if something goes wrong, I think that actually the helmet's wearing you. mean, all the helmets get together at the end of the night and say, wow, if they weren't there, I'd have really been hurt.
Great way to raise some money awareness as well in what is a really important month, as we know.
Penalty called against Dundalk. That gives Franklin some much-needed yards. They face a 2nd and 13. Hartman calling the signals. Has Gibson rolling out. Tries to go to Bilal. No dice.
Yeah, Hartman just overshot him. I think he got a little excited because when Bilal made his cut at the 50-yard line, he was wide open, and that pass for Hartman just sailed on him a little bit. Remember, beginning of the season, they started with Xander McCracken, number 2. He's a freshman. He was a quarterback. And the offense had some struggles early in this season against some very good teams. They played Milford Mill and Mount St. Joe right out of the gate. Both ended up being losses for this Franklin team. And then they made the move to the senior in Hartman, and they like what they've gotten out of his leadership.
And Mount St. Joe, there's a connection there. Coach Burgos had Mount St. Joe head coach Dom D'Amico on his staff for a year, and he actually loves the relationship that they have. He picks Mount St. Joe's one of the favorites in the MIAA. We'll be back with more of that. We had a great chance to see Spalding play at Calvert Hall. Now it's Dundalk at Franklin.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
And Harden to go fast as they say 3rd and long. He's looking at the sideline. Has it in double coverage.
Franklin pass attempt is incomplete.
Now information they had
and overthrown by about 5 or 7 yards on the play.
That's
third and 12. They just
number 11. Back deep to receive the punt
with a hell of a lot of great sponsors. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Baltimore Running Festival going on. Under Armour has been there from the get-go. Thanks so much to them. They get the punt away. Frank Hunt, Dundalk ball.
And lands at the 20-yard line.
9 free to go in the first.
1st and 10, Dundalk.
Yeah, the float to be.
I guess it's about the 21-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special reminder. Franklin High School is a tobacco and vape-free
Quarterback
environment.
comes in. He's a respectable high school quarterback with a great arm.
Absolutely. This is a program 35-9 over the last 5 seasons. Job Otter, the senior, 59% of the completions. He's got 8 touchdowns and no picks. 6'3". Talk about how he can see over the line of scrimmage and throw downfield. He's got a cannon for an arm. They love to run the football, but when they throw, they will throw deep.
He's got Forenza behind him, and there they go. The ground and pound.
Ball carried by number 3.
You talk with Coach Tom Abel, and they talk about the Dundalk mentality of just, we're going to outwork you. And will they be able to break a run long, or are they going to have to go back to job honor and the
Tell you
arm?
what, I think Franklin's done a great job up front. And if they give up 3, 4, 5 yards a carry, he'll be happy with that, because this is a running back. 5 100-yard games on the season, averages 150 yards a ball game, and they've really kept him in check for most of this game.
Pitch. And there you see that ability, and he does break a little bit of a run there. Forenza tackled after gaining the first down, a much-needed first down for the
Harry makes the tackle for Franklin, but you don't like to see your defensive back making the tackles. Look at this run. Breaks 1, breaks 2, cuts to the outside, and nearly breaks a 3rd. Great run for Forenza. Hasn't had a lot of long runs. Nearly broke 1 there.
And you talked about Kyron Harry, safety slash corner slash defensive back, number 17 for Franklin, sideline to sideline. Puts Forenza to his right. They love the shotgun. Excuse me, it's not Forenza.
Oxendine this time gets the
Ball
call.
carried by number 8. Desmond Oxendine.
Desmond Oxendine, the junior,
Picks up 6 on the play.
also
It'll be
serves as
second
a
down
captain.
and 4.
And Dundalk finding a way to gain yards right now. 2nd and 5. He's going to call it 4.
Yeah, nice option too for Abel. Desmond Oxendine, the junior, 254 coming into this on ground, a touchdown, averages 9 yards a carry to Owls offense. And so having that 1-2 punt for Forenza gets a majority of it. Oxendine coming in, giving him a little bit of a breather.
Dundalk takes a timeout. 7:47 go here, second quarter for Franklin High School. This is 2022.
Stick around for some great
Ravens
halftime
Rise.
entertainment.
Jeez.
Ironic. Edelman's struggling with reception.
2 things I hate dropping: balls and calls.
Well, you need a better network. Time to switch to Verizon, the most reliable 5G network in America.
I'm listening.
You even get a free 5G phone on them.
Sweet.
So now, whether you're in the city or on the road,
Reception.
and getting the network you want and a brand new phone.
Touchdown!
Touchdown! Switch now and get the new Google Pixel 7 Pro on us. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon.
The Franklin defense is on the field waiting. Give it up. First down, a couple yards on the ensuing first down, and now they're ready, as you like to see, to put their foot in the ground, stomp their foot in the ground, make the Dundalk Owls earn it. Dale Martin in motion. Ja Bonner, low snap handled, goes for the screen, almost picked off.
Yeah, I think it was number 55, it looked like. Got his hand up and got his
Dundalk pass attempt is incomplete.
Marvin McGowan.
Courtesy of a block by number 55.
And that was well set up. I don't think if he gets his hand on it, I think that's a big gainer for that Owls offense. And it was Dale Martin who was wide open, and he had a couple of blockers out in front of him. I think they would have picked up a big play there. Great defensive-minded job by the D lineman, putting his hands up and knocking it down.
And how quickly things change. They went from 2nd and 5, now it's 3rd and 5, and the suspense is back in the drive. Bonner takes the snap and throws a dart to number 4, Kamari Brathwaite, who's also the punter. But right there, he's on the hands team, baby.
Yeah, Brathwaite, the senior, nice route, just cutting it inside between the two defenders. Picks up a couple extra yards. His momentum carrying him in that direction all the way inside the 50 and out on Franklin's side of the field. This is their best drive since their opening drive that ended up stalling it around the 25-yard line.
Bonner takes a snap, hands it to Forenza. Forenza stuffed to get this Franklin defense. They're keen on the run. Forenza not making a lot of friends out there in the Franklin team.
No, and good team tackling again. 3 or 4 Indians there to meet Forenza right at the line of scrimmage and push him back. And if you look at the offensive line for this Dundalk Owls team, man, this is a big offensive line, and Franklin has been able to do a decent job at neutralizing that offensive line at times here tonight.
Bonner takes a snap, gives it quickly up the inside. Healthy gain. I want to say it was Oxendine with the carry.
Yeah, this Owls offense has been their uniform looks a lot like the Oregon uniform, and really good up in the helmet. I love the helmets. For the Owls, this is a team that can throw the ball, but they also like to run it. A lot of talent here for this Dundalk Owls offense.
I like the reference to the Oregon uniform, but I'm glad they're not wearing Oregon uniforms. Those are a little tough. You know, I'm old school. Bonner takes a snap, drops, has some time, looks down the middle of the field, has a man open, and it is caught. Great play, great completion, and that is Deshaun Effington with the catch.
I can tell you, Booker, Effington was wide open. He is jumping up and down around the 20-yard line trying to get his quarterback attention. He was so wide open. 5 seconds after he started jumping up and down, he still got the pass and hauled it in.
He's listed as the middle linebacker, and he handled it.
Yeah. I talked about Bachman's arm. He took it downfield. Strong arm. Not a bad run. He can throw it.
Some motion by Dundalk, and Bonner's going to have to tuck, and he gets swallowed.
Holding on to the ball was quarterback John
the
Bonner
Franklin
for Dundalk.
defensive line. Great play.
He shimmies
by
for a
that
few yards down there.
He couldn't.
Or it appears that he's
able to feet. He had a lot of green between him and the end zone. There was nobody there. If he hauls it in, he's able to run. Can't keep his balance. That's a touchdown for the Owls.
Clock under 4:30 to go here in the first. Scoreless. F. Oh, flea flicker. Lorenzo flips it back. They complete the short pass that time.
Pass is
to
complete
Briscoe.
to number 10 for Dundalk.
The senior.
Kevon Briscoe. Picks up a couple
Dundalk
yards on
was
the
trying
play.
to sell the field. They only sent 2 wide receivers out. Double team here on the near side and great coverage on the far side. That's where Brathwaite was put into the far corner. Just a great job by this Indians defense in coverage downfield. Not to be fooled by the handoff, the pitch back, and the look downfield.
Let's see if Desiree can
Defense
motivate our
proving
defense.
that they are undefeated in Region 1.
Final season on the road. It's a tough road environment.
Here's Bonner, looks down, and confusion amongst the receivers.
The receiver didn't see it.
Goes, looks back, and
Pass is incomplete. Dundalk pass attempt is incomplete.
I thought you'd say
And that
okay,
brings
go
up
ahead.
Fourth down at the Franklin 17-yard line. 3:23 remaining in our first half.
Conversation as well. The amount of this
4th and 9 now for the Owls.
Casey Keener, their kicker, only attempted a field goal this season. So they don't have strong kicking game, so going for a foot down than you would do.
Martin motions to 9 to Bonner's right. Again, snap. Bonner heads it off in the vicinity of no one, and they will turn it over again.
Dundalk.
Deep into the territory, they cannot punch it past the 10.
Strong coverage over there in the corner by two Franklin players, number 17. Ryan Harry, and number 18, DeAndre Harper. Franklin.
Him on the cut. Harry close.
Now what?
And here comes Franklin.
Franklin takes over on downs.
Hartman hands it off inside, and again, we're seeing runs are not getting a lot of yards, but I'll have Brock do. Hand the ball off inside 15 times, and twice they get yards.
And Big Jones this year just plowing through it off the block, getting back the Indian and dropping the right. Lost.
Second and long for Franklin, and under center. And a little preparation.
We just talked about Juan Jones getting into the backfield. He almost took the handoff on that big walk, and he got to the ball before the running back got there.
All right, we've got Franklin facing a 3rd down and 8 in their own territory.
Jones in that position. He's out the right side in the last couple of steps.
Now in the shotgun.
Feels like Franklin has been 3rd long all day.
Sean Walker motions from the left side to the right side.
There's a lot of conversation with Randy Johnson, the offensive coordinator for Franklin, on the sideline between Johnson and Hartman, and it didn't look like they got on the same page to make that play call.
Franklin burns a timeout. 1:50 to go here in the first half. 0-0.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Hartman at the line, and they have played a 1. 3 receivers to his right. Drops back the pass and below. Double covered and kickoff. Great defensive play with double coverage there. And with the pickup, Traylon. And Lopsels.
I believe it was 22. That's not it. Tell you what, done a mistake.
And so Dundalk takes over on offense now. 1st and 10 at the Franklin 15. Dundalk pass attempt is incomplete. Batting it down on the play was Elijah Mathis, number 24 for Franklin. Dundalk pass attempt is incomplete. Defending on the play, number 18, DeAndre Harper.
The helmet. That's one.
It's 3rd down. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Mr. Announcer, what down is it? It's 3rd down. All right, Franklin fans, we gotta get fired up for our defense here. A big 3rd down.
To the turnover.
Snap looks to the right side. Touchdown. And that is Martin.
Dundalk quarterback John Bonner with the pass completion in the end zone for a touchdown. Catching the pass was number 4, Kamari Brathwaite. And so it makes the score Dundalk 6, Franklin 0.
Dale Martin in the vicinity, but clearly Brathwaite. Touchdown.
Kickoff. Extra be marked inside the 5.
Do I have to move over more?
The Dundalk extra point attempt is good. It makes the score the Dundalk Owls 7, Franklin 0. 1:21 remaining.
Right, Brian?
Yeah, and it was off a turnover. I mean, the Owls doing a good job on a 3rd and long against Franklin's offense. Billy Hartman making a mistake. It's now 10 interceptions on the season for the team. McCracken had 6. The freshman quarterback, Hartman, now has 4 on the year. And then give credit to Dundalk, who takes that turnover and turns it into points. And finding the Bonner finding his receiver in the back of the end zone in a great just a pass and catch score. And it has been a struggle here in the first half. Both teams coming into this game, again, talked about putting up big yards, putting up a lot of points in the last couple of games. And then both teams come out and play a defensive battle, a struggle through the first 2 quarters until that touchdown throw with 1:21 left in the second.
Move back there for the kickoff to the 25-yard line.
The unsportsmanlike enforced on the kickoff. And it'll be the only man with a touchdown so far tonight. Brathwaite with the kick. Squibs it down the middle, hits the heel.
That penalty book is really, that hurts the Owls because it's going to give Franklin great field position to the 50-yard line. Just over a minute left. They could do something with the football here. And they don't have to rush.
And they have a great quarterback in Billy Hartman.
They can run the football. They can throw. There's a lot of options with 1:17 left here in the first half.
Hartman with Devin Rollins in the backfield with him. Trip receivers in a bunch to his left. Blitz comes. Hartman eludes it, goes deep down the sideline, and that's going to be picked off. Dundalk with interceptions in 2 consecutive offensive plays by Franklin.
Devin Rollins, the running back, picks up the blitz, and a great job, and it looked like Hartman was going to have a little extra time to throw the football, but he throws it right to the Dundalk defender.
Nice pickup on the blitz by Rollins, but they're
looks like it's first and 10.
Tell you, you're going to give a game ball out. Brathwaite gets it.
The throw's about 30 yards. He needed it to be about 35. Get it over the defender's head, as he did have a wide receiver that was open down the far side, but the throw is short. And he was rolling out to his right when he felt the pressure. Again, great job by Rollins to pick it up with the block, but that did force Hartman out in making that bad throw.
Bonner, quick handoff up the inside, and that's going to stuff us under the 1 minute mark here from Franklin. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris bringing you the call. All part of the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. Great games all over the greater Baltimore area this fall.
Yeah, talk about Dundalk, ranked 13th in the Baltimore Sun poll, 5-1 on the season. They competed for a state title in the 3A, 4A last year. They lost to Mervo in that championship game. They would love to get back into that position.
Another handoff up the inside. And the Franklin defense snuffs it out.
Not surprised that Tom Abel will be a little conservative in this situation. Dundalk finally scoring toward the end of this half. Couple of runs, let the clock run out, take the lead into the halftime break.
Halftime has arrived. 7-0. The visiting Dundalk Owls here at Franklin. Great night. Wait till you see what we have coming up for you at halftime.
Plan your trip today. Remember it forever. Maryland. Be open.
Do the four of you want to explain this?
Market's really hot right now.
You cannot put this school up for sale.
Why not just list it? See what happens.
This location, square footage, its own gym, a theater, and a playground.
And it's close to a school.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is this?
1 week.
Market's really hot right now.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is he doing?
1 week, 1 week.
Hey now, Booker Corrigan, and it is halftime. The Ravens rise, high school football showdown. I'm joined by my friend Matt Stover, Ring of Honor member, Hall of Famer all over the way. Let's talk about high school football. Matt, do you think back and do you have a go-to team experience because football is such a great team sport?
Well, you know, absolutely. I go back to my high school days. We were 2-8.
Oh,
we weren't a very good team, and we had 3 guys go to the NFL from that team. So, I mean, you know, it goes to show you we had some talent, but we just didn't use it right. I think I was a wide receiver, Booker. I was all Dallas Metro wide receiver. I was an athlete before I was a kicker. I want everybody to know that. But the team piece, I would say, goes back to when I saw our team come together in the year 2000 for Super Bowl 35. That was a team that had been beaten to a pulp by old school football. Ted Marchabroda, president of the book club, physically just beating us down. We're going to be better shape, better prepared than anybody. And we were just tired by the end of the season. We had no gas in the tank. And then Brian Billick came in. Shannon Sharp got onto the team. We had a team that had a lot of veterans, Rod Woodson, Tony Saragoose, and myself, Trent Dilfer, guys that had been in the league, that we took ownership of that team as a player group. And the coaches did an excellent job of giving us the great environment and platform to succeed. And we had a coaching staff also that was willing to make the hard decisions during the course of the year. For instance, benching Tony Banks and putting Trent Dilfer in there because we just didn't need to turn the ball over anymore. Those type of things. That was, I would say, the best team experience I had ever had.
Great to look at the value of a quality team. This is a question I want the parents to hear you respond to. As a parent, you and Debbie have 3 kids, all with different levels of sports involvement. What advice would you give to parents to help their kids have a great experience and for them to be involved in their development?
Well, first of all, I want to create a little credibility here. Not only was I a pro player, but I had 2 All-American lacrosse players. My son Jacob was an All-American goalie at Loyola University. And then my daughter was an All-American at Messiah College in Division III. I now have my youngest playing for Texas A&M golf program, which is a top 5 golf program in the country, NCAA SEC golf. And I would say that helping them and supporting them is the most critical thing. They could not have done it on their own. There's no way. They needed my help. They needed guidance. There was nothing special I did other than breathe life into them after they mess up. You know, and allowing them to have the freedom to fail, I think is critical. I think parents put too much pressure on the children and when they fail, and they need to embrace that failure and say, look, learn from it. This is life. Let it make you better. Don't let it drag you down. The great ones fall, but they know how to get back up. And that's what you're learning how to do, and it's going to carry you for the rest of your life. So to me, that's what I did predominantly with my children, and I gave them the opportunity to play and facilitate it anyway.
And helping them have a positive high school experience. What advice would you give to a young player?
Well, number one, work hard so you have no regret when you look back. That's one thing I can say to them. I wish there was one thing I would have done differently in my high school career, and that's lift weights. I thought I was a prima donna. What do you need to lift weights for? Ouch, I don't want to hurt my legs. Man, in the NFL, there was no harder worker in the weight room than me. It wasn't that I was big and bulky. It was I was strong where I needed to be able to be durable. If you notice, I played 20 years in the NFL and never missed a game. And a lot of that had to do with working hard, knowing that I never wanted to regret, if I just would have, I could have done this, I should have done that. Nuh-uh. So that's the first thing. The next thing is be a part of a team. Know that you are not an individual out there, even though you are part of a cohesive group. You need that guy next to you. And so you build the guy next to you, girl up next to you, as much or more than yourself. And when you do that, that empowers that individual. Use your words as positive encouragement. Ray Lewis, best teammate I ever had. Why? Because he never belittled me. He only esteemed me as a player, a vital role on that team. And that tells you a guy that could have easily demeaned anybody, been selfish as he wanted to be. He was the best teammate I ever had because he was in that position, but he built everybody else up around him.
Thank you so much to my friend Matt Stover for joining us here at halftime of the Ravens Rise, one of the all-time great Ravens. The Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
If you get kicked out of your neighbor's yard for stealing their leaves, you're gonna need something to fuel you up so you can sneak back in. Fall hard with the Pumpkin Cream Cold Brew. America runs on Duncan.
We tailgate together. We watch together. We get pumped together. We weather the storms together. And most importantly, we flock together.
"16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people."
If you get kicked out of your neighbor's yard for stealing their leaves, you're gonna need something to fuel you up so you can sneak back in. Fall hard with the Pumpkin Cream Cold Brew. America runs on Duncan.
We tailgate together. We watch together. We get pumped together. We weather the storms together. And most importantly, we flock together.
Ravens fans, the regular season is here, but there's still time to secure your seat for some of the biggest battles in Baltimore this year. The Ravens host a Super Bowl 47 reunion on October 23rd, as all fans will take home a commemorative championship banner. Buy now at BaltimoreRavens.com/tickets.
It is halftime here at Franklin High School, part of the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. The Dundalk Owls with a 7-0 lead, and just like the rug ties the room together, halftime highlights tie the game together. And Brent, if I had a chance to give a game ball in the first half, I'd give it to Kamari Brathwaite.
Oh, he's been amazing. The Dundalk Owls were able to force a couple of turnovers in the first half. This was late in the second quarter. Interception, putting the Owls down close to the 15-yard line. A couple of plays later, Job Bonner would hit Brathwaite for the touchdown. Brathwaite doing a great job. Watch this. He high points the ball, beats the defender, touchdown, 7-zip Dundalk. And Dundalk averaging 40 points a ball game. Franklin, 28 points a ball game. Guess what? This was all about defense in the first half. Dundalk taking advantage of that turnover to get the score. And then they get another pick late in the half. A chance for Franklin to answer, but Hartman throws his second interception in that second quarter.
Brathwaite doing the honors on the pick. We'll be back with the second half. Here from Franklin, Booker Corrigan, and Brent Harris with you tonight. Throughout this season, the Ravens will honor 9 high school football coaches who have made a significant impact on their student athletes. Each Coach of the Week winner will receive a $2,000 donation to their school's football program and will be invited to the Ravens vs. Falcons game on December 24th at M&T Bank Stadium for an opportunity to be named the Ravens High School Coach of the Year. This past week's winner was Eric Woodson, varsity head football coach at Atholton High School. Congratulations, Coach Woodson.
Jones Junction is proud to be named Hartford's best car dealership and Baltimore's best car dealership. As Maryland's oldest family-owned dealership with over 105 years in business, Jones Junction has grown and thrived with a focus on the customer before, during, and after the sale. And Jones for a lifetime, with free oil changes, free car washes, and an engine guaranteed for a lifetime, keeps customers coming back. Stop by. We're only 15 minutes from the White Marsh Mall, and drive home your next vehicle with your own Jones tag frame.
Attention ladies, a purple evening presented by Safeway returns on Monday, October 17th with current players, legends, cheerleaders, tote bags, locker room tours, and football. Don't miss your chance to party with the best female fans in the NFL. Get your tickets at BaltimoreRavens.com/apurpleevening.
At the Big Screen Store, we'll pay your sales tax on Samsung's biggest and best TVs. Plus, get super comfy in-stock seating, all delivered super fast.
Whoa! Next day delivery, and they'll pay my sales tax. I'm going to the Big Screen Store.
Do the 4 of you want to explain this?
Mark, it's really hot right now.
You cannot put this school up for sale.
Why not just list it? See what happens.
This location, square footage, its own gym, a theater, and a playground.
And it's close to a school.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is this?
1 week.
Mark, it's really hot right now.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is he doing?
1 week, 1 week.
A great night here at Franklin High School, except for the 0 on the scoreboard for the Franklin Indians. A lot of pageantry tonight. Cheerleaders doing an amazing job. Ravens players, Ravens cheerleaders joining in. Our man Edgar, the mascot, joining in. And we get a good look at the Dundalk squad. As is mandatory in Maryland high school football, you have to stretch out before the beginning of the second half.
Great to see Odafe Owe, DeMarcus Robinson, Ravens that are here supporting this high school football Ravens Rise Showdown, and every week we get a couple of Ravens, and they all leave with a big smile. They all say how exciting it is to watch the high school games, Friday night lights. This is always a great atmosphere, and this has been, it's been a great game. Although we don't have the points on the scoreboard book, it has been a battle on the field. And by the way, we talked about Billy Hartman throwing 2 late picks in the first half. Xander McCracken, the freshman quarterback for Franklin, is warming up on the sidelines. We'll see if they go to him. He played the first couple of games of the season, and then they went for the senior leadership at Hartman, but he struggled towards the end of that first half.
And he struggled, and the running game struggled, and I'm going to give the credit to the Dundalk defensive line. They've really done it. Back to your comment about the Ravens players who love coming out and see these Friday nights, because it takes them back to when they All they had to do was play high school football and make sure they get the chemistry class on time.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I mean, it does bring
They love
back
it.
those great memories of what high school football is all about, and to have Ravens players here at a night like this, and the pageantry, and they come running out through the tunnel and the smoke and the pyrotechnics. I mean, it is a cool sight.
You say a night like this, down at South River, it wasn't this night.
It wasn't.
It
Well,
was,
it was
but
a
they
lot of
got it
rain,
in.
right?
They had a great game.
They still had a great game.
Overtime.
Yep.
Old Mill takes down South River in overtime. We've had some real classics. Howard out at Glenelg. Ravens rise, and Adam Riddell have done an amazing job of bringing high school football to the forefront. Thank you to all of you who have chosen to make us part of your sports viewing day. There's the band. They're getting into it.
And both
Get
these
cymbals. I can play those cymbals, Brent.
Oh, sign me up for sure. I did the drums a
Well,
little
no,
bit till 8th grade. Both of these programs, by the way, book they have rich history in the sports traditions. If you look back right here, Franklin, just look across the campus, and old Moose Haas used to play there, played in the major leagues for the Brewers back in the early 80s. And do you know some of the famous alum over for Dundalk? I think you might know a couple of these guys, Booker.
I got to tell you what, I'm dying to hear this. I know
A fellow major leaguer.
The great Jen Asplin from Dundalk.
Mike Bilecki, right? The pitcher, had some great years with the Cubs. And one of my favorites, and I've done stories on this guy, talked to him many times. He is a legend in Dundalk. Danny Wiseman, Hall of Fame bowler.
Danny
who brings
Wiseman.
the attitude when he goes to the alley. I
tell
love
you-
Danny Wiseman, Dundalk alum. I'm sure he's thrilled with the 7-zip lead here in after the first half.
Danny Wiseman is definitely one of my top 10 bowlers of all time. Maybe top 15. I don't want to rush. Earl Anthony obviously has a soft spot in my heart.
I
the great
am
Earl, yeah.
Baltimore through and through book, so Danny Wiseman at the top of my list. He is a Hall of Famer, and he brings excitement every time he steps to the lane. Every time.
I've seen it. I've seen the stuff you've done. Danny Wiseman, of course, Jeffrey Lebowski and Walter Subject and Donnie, also great bowlers in their heyday. Franklin will kick it off. Billy Hartman puts it deep. And Dundalk will have a chance for the return. And they get it out past the 30. And here the pile's still moving. I don't know who blew a whistle. And now we get all kinds of extracurriculars.
So I think they'll take the progress when the whistle was blown.
Oh, Keith Barnes limping a little bit as he comes off the field. That's unfortunate. I never saw forward progress stop.
No, but the whistle blew. So once the whistle blows, it doesn't
it.
matter if they continue to push the pile. So they'll bring it all the way back to the 33-yard line. That's a right call, right?
Okay.
As soon as the whistle's blown, you look to see where the ball is, and that's where they're going to spot it.
Ja Bonner, quarterback for Dundalk, senior. Shotgun. Oh, and Forenza's got some room. Wow. Ow. Big stick on the tackle by Franklin's number 24, Elijah Mathis.
Number 3.
Good form tackle.
Picks up the first down. 40 sets,
So no surprise, you go right back to the bread and butter. Forenza, the senior, has been so good this year, and really this Franklin defense held him in check in the first half. You go right back to him here in the third quarter. Big run to open the frame.
Bonner from the shotgun has Brathwaite split wide to the right. And he motions Dale Martin. And they go right back to the same play. Same player.
Harry with the hit out of bounds, and it was close to being a late hit. No flag. But again, Forenza, another big chunk of yards. We talked about averaging over 10 yards a carry, and we've seen a couple of big ones right here.
There you see just a gaping hole. And I like the way Harry plays, so I'm going to say it's not a foul. He was in the process of making the hit before he went out of bounds, and I just like the way Harry covers.
There may have been something a little more egregious with a face mask at the end of that play, but they didn't call that as well.
Bonner takes the snap, hands it off inside. Forenza gobbles up about 5 or 6 on that first down play.
This is the Forenza that we know and love. Open it up the second half with a couple of real bruising runs.
Ball carried by number 3, Jordan Fields.
900 yards of rushing offense this season coming into the game. He's got 5 games of going over 100 yards, 5 out of 6. And so he's the guy they're going to lean on, especially with a 7-zip lead here in the third quarter.
And they love running behind number 56, Dylan Anderson. Over on that right side, he is a beast.
As a very big offensive line for Dundalk.
Martin in motion. Handoff up the inside. And that's
ball carried by number 8
Oxendine.
For Dundalk, that's Desmond Oxendine. Stopped for a slight loss. Tackling on the play in the backfield was number 4, Devin Rollins for Franklin.
Remember, too, we saw it in the first half that Dundalk typically will go for it on 4th down. This is 4th down territory for this Owls offense. So 3rd and about 6, but really 2 downs to get it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Oxendine to Bonner's right. Bonner takes the snap back to pass. Looks, has some time, hits Oxendine, and he spins for a gain of about 3, and it's going to bring up
to number 8,
4th
for Dundalk
and 4.
Oxendine picks up a few yards on the play. Short of the
so it sets up
down.
4th and 2, 4th and 3, somewhere in that range. And so it opens the playbook up. If Dundalk wants to run the football here, they can, right? I mean, it's 4th down. They're going for it. We knew they'd go for it on 4th down. They do not have to be forced into trying to throw the ball downfield. A running play could work as well in this position.
Eric Coates, number 7, goes wide to the left. Forenza communicating with Bonner. Now he goes to the right. Looks to slip in, and they pitch and catch. And that is going to depend on the spot. They mark it a first down. And that is Brathwaite with the catch.
Yeah, Brathwaite just drove his defender back, put his right foot into the turf, came back to the football, and that was a very easy toss and catch for Dundalk in the first down.
A lot closer to first down yardage on that replay than it looked in live action. Coates and Brathwaite to Bonner's left. Coates in motion. And they go deep down the right sideline, and the ball skitters across the turf in the end zone, incomplete.
Well, Bonner had Dale Martin open down the near side. He had beaten his defender on the back shoulder, but then Harry comes all the way across from his free safety position to break it up. Just a really good play by Harry. If Harry doesn't get there, that's a Dundalk touchdown.
For sure. See Dale Martin going up after that ball. But Harry, he's a guy, and we talked about him in the first half a lot. He certainly gets all over the field. Inside handoff, Forenza, and he is stuck by a linebacker, spins, gets a couple more after contact.
Yeah, Martin already has 3 receiving touchdowns on the season and 2 defensive touchdowns. He returned a fumble for a score and an interception for a touchdown earlier this season. So he does it all, Dale Martin. And he had beaten the defender. Just credit Kyrod Harry, the junior, for Franklin for breaking that up.
Every time you say Dale Martin, I think of Dale Martin coming out of turn 3. I tell you, we're here in Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600, and dang it, Dale Martin ain't rolling them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's Bonner. from the shotgun, Forenza to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Brathwaite split to the right. Bonner looking over the defense, rolls to his left, and that's a tall order. Brent rolling left. Now all of a sudden it's tougher to pass. It's tougher to get it off.
There were 5 receivers downfield, and every one of them, Booker, was covered that situation. And Bonner did a good job not to force it. Really good field position. Brings up a third, from a third to a fourth down. But don't turn the ball over in that situation. At least live for one more shot at it in this 4th and 6.
About 6:87.
Well defended by the Franklin Indian defense. Bonner has the play call he likes. 6:35 to go here, third quarter. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris bringing it to you. Ravens rise, high school football showdown. What a great season it's been so far. And we got City Poly coming up from Homewood Field. Here's Bonner rolling to his right. Good throws down into the end zone. Oh, the receiver makes a catch. Oh, he doesn't.
Brent, what an adjustment by the receiver to completely turn back to the football, but then unable to hold on to it is Keith Barnes. And
Barnes,
right to the corner. Bonner just dropped it in. Right into the breadbasket, but the ground causes the ball to come out. And as we know, you have to continue the catch through the ground, and then you have to be able to get up with the football. Very different than if you're running the football and just need to break the plane. You need to keep complete control in the end zone. That is a tough break for the Owls. That could have easily been a touchdown. Instead, it's Franklin's football.
Thank you, Franklin cheerleaders.
And it looks like Franklin on offense, and it is McCracken.
Yeah, and so the Indians make the change at quarterback. And
you talked about it.
Billy Hartman, the senior, threw a couple of interceptions late in the second quarter. And so now offensive coordinator Ryan Hand and head coach Anthony Burgos going with the freshman Xander McCracken. Played a couple of games early in this season. 23 of 63, 285 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
And the 6 interceptions might be one of those red flags as to why they decided to go to Hartman. But he does have a number of passing attempts. And here's one. And well defended by Dundalk on the pass up the right side by McCracken.
You can see McCracken has a strong arm. That was to the far side. It's a long throw, although it was only about 5-6 yards downfield. They had to throw completely across the field. And talking with Anthony Burgos, he said really his freshman didn't play poorly in the first couple of games. He didn't put really the fact they lost the first 2 games of the season on the freshman. He said the team, though, just seemed to respond to the senior. And so the change became permanent until obviously coming out here in the third quarter.
McCracken from the shotgun. 3rd and long, screen pass, and Gibson has room to his left. Eludes the first would-be tackler and gets first down yardage. The freshman, Xander McCracken, comes in and sparks the Franklin Indians.
Did you see the blockers out in front of Anthony Gibson, the sophomore? This is well developed. And Gibson patient to allow his offensive lineman to get downfield a little bit to open up that big-time run, but Anthony Gibson, you give him an open space, and he's going to take advantage.
Just over 5 minutes remaining, third quarter. McCracken, little counter tray, flag flies, and this is not good news. This is not good news for Franklin.
He's going to come back
on the play.
And there's your call. And it didn't look like it was a hard call. The flag came early and easy.
DeJuan Jones, for Dundalk, got into the backfield, had a shot at Gibson right after the handoff. Would have been a loss of about 3 or 4, but because of the hole, Gibson was able to cut it back outside But the referee was right there.
Yeah.
He was standing about 5 yards from the infraction. Pretty easy call. It brings Franklin back now and sets up a really tough situation on this drive.
That puts them back to the original line of scrimmage. They need to get to the 44-yard line to get a first down. Here's McCracken on a designed run up the left side.
Ball carried by number 3.
And he gains a
couple. It's a little bit of a wild catch. Jamari Lewis coming in, taking the direct snap, just running it left. And that's something that this Franklin Indians offense will do. They'll throw a little bit of a curveball a couple of times a game, come in, run the wildcat. Lewis is usually the guy that'll do it for him.
Jamari Lewis with a nice little carry there. Gives him a more manageable 2nd and long. And there they go again, right back to him. And he's got some time and room. Nice little cutback, and lo and behold, Franklin, get on the bus. We're going on the Dundalk side of the field.
Franklin needed about 30 yards to pick up the first down. Another wildcat play, but check out Lewis. I mean, the cutback there. Avoids a tackle, gets a couple of blocks, and then avoids 2 more tackles to pick up another 3 or 4 yards. That is the play of the game for this Franklin Indians offense. They needed a spark, and they've got it out of the Wildcat.
And after a play like that, what do you do? If you're Tom Abel, the head coach of Dundalk, you take a timeout, get your defense regathered.
Just feels like Ryan Hain, the offensive coordinator for the Indians, has really opened up the offense on this drive.
Yeah.
Giving us a couple of different looks. Go to the freshman quarterback, Xander McCracken, bringing Lewis into the Wildcat. That just created the biggest play they've had on offense so far here tonight.
A little look at the Ravens marching band and throwing some drums.
Yeah, both quarterbacks again on the sideline, and so it's Lewis in the Wildcat.
They like what they have in Lewis, and you know he's going to run it. And he gains a couple hard yards before he is wrestled down.
High school, that's number 3. Jamari Lewis.
Jamari Lewis, the senior running back, but more of a do-it-all kind of athlete. You see him lined up sometimes at wide receiver in the backfield here in the Wildcat. Returns kicks as well. And back in as McCracken, the freshman quarterback for the Indians.
Last tackle by Stephon Wilburn. Deshaun James has done a nice job. Andrade's also doing a nice job on the line. And they go for McCracken.
There's a flag on the play.
As Gibson.
It's thrown back by the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a hold against Franklin.
Hold will bring that back. Kind of a nifty little inside handoff.
Took a little while for the play to develop, but still full Dundalk, and Lewis was able to cut it outside for a little bit of a gain. Gibson for a little bit of a gain, and too bad because the holding's going to bring it all the way back, and you can mark off another 10 for the line of scrimmage.
They're almost more comfortable.
Well, they were able to get out of
yards.
What was a 2nd and about 29 or 30 yards on a big-time play. We'll see if they can overcome this penalty as well. But I'm sure Coach Burgess is not exactly thrilled with the flags that he's seeing flying out onto the field because his Franklin team continues to get pushed back.
Xander McCracken, the freshman, steps to his left and goes long down the right side, and that's going to be the 3rd interception of the night. This time it's Eric Coates doing the honors. But that's been the theme. This Dundalk defense has created some turnovers in 2022.
So they rolled McCracken to his left, and they wanted to throw back across the field. But to me, that was a freshman mistake. That was great coverage. His receiver was never open. The play design, McCracken went with the play instead of realizing he wasn't going to be able to complete it downfield.
Tuck it and run. But he chucked and ducked. And it's now Dundalk ball. They lead 7-0 in a nail-biter that's gone down to just under 2.5 minutes here in the third quarter. Got to give some love to Julian Haddix, the center for that Dundalk squad. Bonner, Forenza, familiar, grinding, first down.
About 15 yards on the pickup and about 14 of those coming after contact. He broke 3 or 4 tackles on that long run at a first down for the Owls.
Picks up the first down on the play and then some. Now
you see a little bit of sportsmanship after the tackle. As Forenza and Bryce Ellison. Little helmet tap for each of them out of respect because they're all working hard. Bonner, another handoff. Forenza bounces it to the outside. Oh, stiff arm. Oh, no, you didn't. Get back, young son. You don't know me like that.
Then Forenza over to help him up after the stiff arm. There was also a flag thrown in.
And a hold on the receiver. It's going to turn it all back, but
that was impressive. Forenza is only 5'10", 200 pounds. Not the biggest of running backs, but my goodness, a powerful stiff arm into the defender.
The penalty is
there's a look at the call, and that'll push him back.
That negates the
referee's figuring out which yard stripe it's going to go on. It'll be the 35. Dundalk ball, 1:30 clock running here in the third quarter in a tense battle.
So it's interesting because they marked the 10 yards off from where the receiver was flagged for holding, so it comes back to the original line of scrimmage. So it is 1st and 10 after the penalty.
Almost like it never happened.
It does wipe off a big run, though, for Dundalk.
Oxidine powers his way for a cluster of yards.
What I like about Desmond Oxidine, it is really no frills. He just hits the hole and goes. And he has been really running up the 1, 2, 3 gap. He's more inside, a lot more inside than Forenza is, more of an outside runner. But Oxidine does not have a lot of wasted motion.
Keep your pads low. Keep your legs moving. And they stay with Desmond Oxidine as the running back. Job honor in the shotgun. Oxidine rolls, and Bonner just gobbled up. Great play by number 65, Nehemiah Covington, the junior.
On that one,
and it didn't fool Derek Selvey at all. Selvey was there, the senior, to help on the hit. 3 sacks coming into this game and 3 tackles for losses. And you can see Derek Selvey has had such a big season there at defensive end, breaking up that play for the Indians.
Fourth quarter on the other side of a quick break from Franklin High School.
Jones Junction is proud to be named Hartford's best car dealership and Baltimore's best car dealership. As Maryland's oldest family-owned dealership with over 105 years in business, Jones Junction has grown and thrived with a focus on the customer before, during, and after the sale. And Jones for a lifetime, with free oil changes, free car washes, and an engine guaranteed for a lifetime, keeps customers coming back. Stop by. We're only 15 minutes from the White Marsh Mall, and drive home your next vehicle with your own Jones tag frame.
So what do you think?
It's nice.
Same as our BGE home van, right?
Same.
Same air conditioners, water heaters, and furnaces in back.
Still helping people save energy and money.
Everything's the same.
Yeah. Even the, music.
What's wrong with the music?
Oh, nothing.
Visit ConstellationHome.com or call 888-243-HOME.
At the Big Screen Store, we'll pay your sales tax on Samsung's biggest and best TVs. Plus, get super comfy in-stock seating, all delivered super fast.
Whoa! Next day delivery, and they'll pay my sales tax? I'm going to the Big Screen Store.
Dundalk goes with a quick snap. And that'll bring up 4th down. And it appears as though Job Bonner's jogging off the first time. They're going to. Yeah, they're in their own territory.
I mean, that's 3rd and long, but the Owls really believe in this running game. They believe in Forenza. But Franklin was up to the task, making a big stop, forcing the punt on the Owls' side of the field. And that should give Franklin some pretty good field position.
Number 12.
Tristan Richardson is back deep. Punt goes off. It's Brathwaite. Gets it to Richardson. He handles it. Gibson gives him a little bit of a block. And Richardson
The ball was fielded by
maneuvers his way up
pounds it upfield,
past the 40.
40-yard line.
Nice return.
And
so Franklin takes over, down a touchdown.
Now,
this Indians team was shut out earlier this year, 34-zip loss to Mount St. Joe, who is one of the better teams in the area. And every year, Anthony Burgess, the head coach here for Franklin, schedules a very tough out-of-conference private school game, sometimes against Calvert Hall. This year is against Mount St. Joe. That's the only shutout they've had this year. So Franklin averaging almost 28 points a ball game, but so far unable to get any points here as we're in the 4th quarter.
Jamari Lewis in at quarterback. They like that Wildcat. He produced some yards, tucks it, and goes. Wow. Ooh, flipped over.
Yeah, Lewis has been their best offense and slow to get up after that big hit.
Ball carried by number 3.
You see him roll. Big hit by number 2, Keith Barnes, in on the stop.
On the play and took the ball up the middle. Well, actually, more to the side. He got the first down.
And a healthy gain for Lewis from the Wildcat.
1st and 10 Franklin.
And that'll give Franklin a first down.
48.
And they're going to stick with it. As we like to say, Brent, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this time, that's a face mask. They went back with Tristan Richardson. And they're liking that Wildcat.
Richardson took the snap on that play and ran the ball.
Yeah, Lewis and Richardson, 2 guys that typically are back to return kicks.
Yeah.
Now they have them in the backfield taking the direct snaps. And this Wildcat really working for Ryan Hain, the offensive coordinator in this Franklin offense.
And here's the call. Face mask against the defense, and that's going to march off a bunch of yards. And we also have the Dundalk on the far side. The Dundalk coaches have a player, looks like Brathwaite.
And on that
far side.
So a pickup of about 6, and then you can add another 15 to it. So really putting Franklin in their best field position they have had all game. This is as deep as they've gone. They're at the 27-yard line, and a chance to talk it over. But this change on this Franklin Indians offense has really confused Dundalk.
And we have a hurt Dundalk player on the far, far side of the field. We will step away. Fourth quarter shaping up to be a very good slice of action.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Jeez.
Ironic. Edelman's struggling with reception.
2 things I hate dropping: balls and calls.
Well, you need a better network. Time to switch to Verizon, the most reliable 5G network in America.
I'm listening.
You even get a free 5G phone on them.
Sweet.
So now, whether you're in the city or on the road,
Reception.
and getting the network you want and a brand new phone.
Touchdown!
Oh! Touchdown!
Switch now and get the new Google Pixel 7 Pro on us. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon.
Franklin offense on the field. Xander McCracken back as the signal caller as they are driving here to start the fourth quarter. Ooh. And a slamming to the ground as Richardson tries to get some yards up the middle. And yards up the middle, Brent, have been tough to gain for both teams tonight.
Stefan Wilburn just clogging the middle up, the big fella, the senior, along that Dundalk defensive line. Also, keep an eye on number 4, Kamari Brathwaite, who left the game. We're not sure if it was cramps or not, but he was sitting for a little bit. He finally walked off the field. He already has a touchdown and an interception in this game, so keep an eye on Dundalk number 4 if he comes back in or not.
McCracken, quick pass to his left, and he gets it to Bilal. And that's going to be a first down for the Franklin Indians.
And we haven't called Khalil Bilal's name very often. 6'2", 160, the junior. Leads the team in both catches and receiving yards, 2 touchdowns as well. Adds another dimension to this Franklin offense.
14-yard line.
Momentum is like the wind. You can't see it, but you sure as heck can feel it.
The
And
wind
right now,
tonight
Franklin,
a little cold.
Yeah, right now you can feel the momentum turning in Franklin's favor. McCracken takes the shotgun, hands it off, and there's that Dundalk defensive line. They know how to step up when need be, and that was Chimdi Ono.
Yeah, Ono, we talked about the size on the offensive line playing left tackle. Here on the defensive side, shoots the gap and smothers the running back within seconds. I mean, just a real athletic play. One of the best athletes on this team. You put size and athleticism together, that is the result, and a big loss for the Indians offense.
McCracken, the freshman, passes to the right side, and not a lateral forward pass. And that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Just trying to get it back in the hands of Jamari Lewis, who has been so good in the Wildcat. And they wanted to try to get it to him. A little quick throw out to the near side. He would have had a blocker out in front as well, unable to hold on to the football. It's also interesting as the Franklin offense has now moved inside the 20-yard line. It shrinks the field a little bit, makes it a little more difficult to run the Wildcat.
McCracken, the freshman, takes the snap, shotgun, and he is going to get swallowed up by a host of Dundalk Owls.
If you go back to the interception that McCracken threw earlier in the half, we called it a freshman mistake. He just threw it to a spot. That was the play. Didn't really read the defense. This time, he looked downfield, no open receivers, read the defense well, did the smart thing by taking the sack.
Franklin with a wealth of changes there. And they also have an offensive lineman limping off. They're going with wealth of changes because they're going for the field goal.
This will be a 40-yarder. Billy Hartman.
Oh,
he has leg.
Boomed it.
And no good, wide left.
Oh, he had leg on that.
It was a great kick, and I think the thought was field goal if you get the ball back. Now a touchdown wins the ball game. Because they were in a very difficult 4th and long. But plenty of leg for Billy Hartman. He was the starting quarterback tonight. We talked about the fact that he is also their kicker, and he's one of the better players on the high school baseball team here at Franklin. He's a pitcher, big-time arm. This is a kid coming back from an ACL injury last season. So didn't play football last year.
That was a kick.
And even coming back from the ACL, a great kick there, an effort on the 40-yard field goal attempt.
Some nice, tough yards for Dundalk on first down. And they're in a position now where, and you just talked about playing to win. At what point does Dundalk start playing not to lose?
Well, I think they're just going to continue to ground and pound. This is a Dundalk offensive line that has 121 pancake blocks on the season. They love to establish a physical running presence. They do it with Jordan Forenza. 7-zip lead inside 7 minutes. You go to the bread and butter.
And they go right back to it and gain not an inch on that one. That was well defended by Franklin. And that's going to bring up that third down. Clock now at the 6:35 mark, fourth quarter. Forenza unable to get his way over the yard to gain.
I think you can play this conservatively, third and just a couple of yards. Tom Abel knows that his Dundalk defense has been so good tonight. Why force it in this situation? You don't want to make a mistake. I would keep it on the ground.
And they pound it and get it. Forenza, tough yards. And again, you see that mutual respect. Athletes, game knows game. Athletes who love to compete. Dundalk gains the first down.
Looked like Forenza was stopped near the line of scrimmage, but he continued to turn the legs. Second effort. He has broken tackles all night, and that was one of his biggest runs because it moves the chains and it continues to move the clock. And that's the most important thing right now for this Dundalk team that has a 7-zip lead. They need to have that clock continue to run.
Brathwaite is back in the game. He splits out wide right. Proud to report that he has been phenomenal all night on offense and defense. Bonner, quick handoff up the inside. And then, again, the Franklin defensive line has played exceptional tonight.
And give credit to Dundalk. They have not made any mistakes. They have not turned the ball over on offense. They came into this game. They had fumbled 5 times on the season, but they have had great ball security in a very close game, a game that has been really defined by 2 very good defenses.
Bonner in the shotgun. Dale Martin motions left. Handoff up the inside. And those are real slobber knocker yards.
Yeah, pickup of about 4, but again, the clock continues to run down to 4:30 left here in the fourth quarter. And that is the number one objective. If you can pick up one more first down, and they've got about a 3rd and 4, this Dundalk offense can ice the game with a running game that has not been as good as games past, but it has been physical and it has been good enough to hold the lead here at 7-zip.
And just like that, Franklin calls a timeout. They want to set their defense and put them in the right places, put young men in a position to be the best version of themselves.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Jeez.
Ironic. Edelman's struggling with reception.
2 things I hate dropping: balls and calls.
Well, you need a better network. Time to switch to Verizon, the most reliable 5G network in America.
I'm listening.
You even get a free 5G phone on them.
Sweet.
So now, whether you're in the city or on the road,
Reception.
and getting the network you want and a brand new phone.
Touchdown!
Touchdown! Switch now and get the new Google Pixel 7 Pro on us. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon.
Dundalk's all set to go on offense. 4:12 remaining. 3rd and call it 5.
Anyway,
And now the referees are coming together.
Rocking this tonight. Hey, when it comes to
Wonder if they're
good
contacting
music, the Ravens
somebody
and
for
the
consultation.
Franklin
They're
Marching Band,
making sure they have the right
answered
spot.
the call.
And we're
Yeah,
back.
Dundalk's head coach Tom Abel asking for a little explanation. Huge 3rd down play for Franklin and this defense. See if they can make a stop.
Bonner from the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Oh, and he is gobbled up. Great defensive play by 56, Derek Selvey.
56, Derek Selvey. There is a flag on the play.
Also, Devin Rollins. Bonner wanted the quick slant. Little 4 or 5 yard slant.
Holding call.
Rollins stepped in, and he thought better of making the throw.
Holding call right here. Do you decline the penalty? That was 3rd down.
Quarterback sack.
And you
Yeah,
lost
I mean,
a ton of yards.
I would because of where the football is. I don't think. Right, so Dundalk is not. I would not think they would go for it on 4th down, 4th and 4, but on their own side of the field, they would have to punt the football away. So field position so important. I would not have been surprised if Franklin accepted the penalty and set up a 3rd and really long just to see if they could gain more field position. But with about 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, they'll get the football back here.
Gibson is back to return it.
Nearly blocked.
Almost blocked. Gibson handles it, spins away, and has the sideline. Excitement brewing in Franklin. Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, the sophomore found a crease and took it down the near side. I thought he would be bottled up.
He was lucky to catch that ball.
And somehow Houdini escapes the tackle and takes it for a huge gainer when they needed it the most.
Look at that great blocking. No flags on the field. Franklin is fired up right now. 1st and 10 from the Dundalk 33-yard line.
And it's the freshman quarterback McCracken in the shotgun, back in the game.
And they little flip snap it.
That did not fool them at all. DeJuan Jones was all over the ball.
3 for Franklin.
The big fella.
Quickness, too, for the size.
And you talk about putting your foot in the ground. You can do that as a defensive player, too.
Absolutely. And there was a little misdirection, but it didn't fool Jones at all. He stayed home and held that edge.
Clock ticks under the 2:50 mark. McCracken still in. We're waiting on that Wildcat.
4 down territory for Franklin as well.
Oh, dear.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Nobody picked up Dale Martin.
Keep your head up in the neutral zone.
3rd sack of the season for the senior.
And he came in unblocked from McCracken's right side.
Significant loss of yards for
He's looking left, never sees Dale Martin.
Clock
McCracken
still
also
rolling.
shaking his right hand, his throwing hand a little bit. I think he got it caught in that tackle. Definitely a little sore for the freshman.
And they're sending in Billy Hartman, and they're taking out McCracken. So here's a little wrinkle as they get right up to the line. And Hartman won it in. I noticed that on the sideline. He was ready. He's like, Coach, I got you. Let's see what he's got.
Third down.
Down. Oh, there's Khalil. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. Can he break it? Oh, what a play. What a defensive stop. Bilal with the catch. Khalil Bilal.
Give the senior Billy Hartman all the credit in the world. He ended the first half with a couple interceptions. He was sent to the bench, and he comes off the bench in one of the biggest moments of the game. An absolute missile to Belial.
And Brathwaite's the one who makes the touchdown saving tackle. Oh, ball goes on the turf. This is chaos. Devin Rollins goes to the inside handoff, and the clock will be stopped with 1:15 to go.
You got a timeout on the field. 1:15 remaining in the football game. 7-0.
Bring up second and long. But that's kind of irrelevant. They got to get to the end zone. This is.
So Xander McCracken on the sack looked like he may have hurt his throwing hand a little bit. He was trying to shake it off. He goes back to the huddle, and all of a sudden they're going to make the switch to Billy Hartman, and then this huge play. This is going back to the Gibson that set him up on the punt return down the near side. Check out the speed. The sophomore and head coach Anthony Burgess was telling us this is a young team and led by a bunch of sophomores, and Anthony Gibson right at the top of that list. What an incredible return, and then Hartman firing to Belial, putting the Indians in great position.
Hartman stays in at QB. Devin Rollins, number 4, to his right. 2nd and 11. Hartman looking left the whole way, throws it.
Through the hands. Belial should have had that one. He does a great job of cutting the route in front of the defender. And I thought the pass was right on the money, maybe a little high, but I think Belial should have caught that one.
It's third down.
Oh, and I think he was looking up and saw a Dundalk defender coming down, thinking about maybe the big hit, and took his focus away from the football.
And you see Hartman talking with number 5, Anthony Gibson. See what they have cooking as we're now at 3rd and ball game.
So the incompletion stops the clock. 1:06 left in 3rd and long.
Hartman, there's the little reverse to Gibson. But the Dundalk defense is there, and we're now 4th and ball game. They have the clock running. It's irrelevant. The play clock is going to force them to, they're going to use a timeout, or Dundalk will use one.
Booker, notice how the stretch plays have not really fooled Dundalk at all, especially for the defensive front. The edge rushers and the linebackers have done such a great job in pursuit. None of these plays that they have tried to stretch out, the sweeps, the quick tosses to the running backs and the receivers, it felt like all night the Dundalk Owls have been all over it.
Timeout on the field. We'll step away quickly. 4th and ball game on the other side.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health.
And we are back. The clock says 39.4 seconds, but it might as well just say ball game. We have on the far side of the field, we have a Dundalk player who's just on the edge of the field. He's getting a little bit of attention. He's moving.
Now, Franklin could get a first down. It looks like maybe if they got it just inside the 2, they could get a new set of downs. But I think if I'm Franklin, I'm throwing this ball into the end zone.
Yeah, trying for the first down ain't cutting it.
That is about the 5th Dundalk player that has had to come out of the game because of cramping. And you can see them trying to stretch the cramp out, drinking water, trying to get the fluids in.
The senior, Billy Hartman, back in at quarterback. He took a little bit of a break to start the second half. And now we get a timeout called as both teams need to focus and make sure they are set for 4th and ball game.
Jeez.
Ironic. Edelman's struggling with reception.
2 things I hate dropping: balls and calls.
Well, you need a better network. Time to switch to Verizon, the most reliable 5G network in America.
I'm listening.
You even get a free 5G phone on them.
Sweet.
So now, whether you're in the city or on the road,
Reception.
and getting the network you want and a brand new phone.
Touchdown!
Touchdown! Switch now and get the new Google Pixel 7 Pro on us. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon.
Franklin, straight to the line. Hartman at quarterback.
Khalil Bio is split out far to your left, far side. He has been open a couple of times on this drive.
Jamari Lewis, number 3, split wide to the right.
Also remember, Gary Sullivan, second best receiver on this team, leads him with 3 touchdown catches, left with a serious leg injury in the first half, not on the field.
And now we have another stoppage. And they are motioning towards us, Brent. Motioning towards the booth. They're telling you to put some time back on the clock. Go ahead, Brent, touch the buttons.
Well, it showed a 41.4. Not sure when they stopped the clock. There were a couple players that went down on the far side, Dundalk players that were dealing with cramps. There was a whistle and a timeout. I'm not sure it's going to matter a whole lot.
Just an effort to make this I think a lunar eclipse occurred during this game. Arbor Day came and went.
If you missed it in the timeout, the Baltimore Marathon just started. Some of the top runners are already on the course book.
The Godfather, Lee Corrigan, is already out there. Hartman calling the signals. Back to pass. Quick pass to his left, and it falls incomplete.
And it was to Belisle. They wanted their big target, Khalil Belisle, the junior, and he stopped his route. The pass was leading him down the far sideline. Defender stepped in front. Belisle stopped. Incompletion.
Brathwaite, he gets my helmet sticker. You give out helmet stickers, game balls, or pats on the back. He's certainly done an amazing job tonight. Brathwaite's been everywhere.
Brathwaite, he's had the touchdown reception. He's had an interception and was there on the pass defense on the play that Franklin was hoping to tie this ball game up on, and it came right down to the end. Franklin has fought hard here tonight in front of a packed home crowd, but Dundalk grinding it out, which is different than what this offense has been used to this season. They average about 40 points a ball game, and tonight they managed only 7, but Booker, 7 was enough.
7 was certainly enough, and you came in talking about both teams have great offenses, but the defensive lines of both groups stepped up and made plays.
Well, this was old school football, wasn't it, Booker? 2 teams that wanted to run the football and two line of scrimmages, offense, defense.
And we
look, Franklin's looking 37 seconds. They still feel like there's a chance to get the football back.
37 seconds remaining. We have a timeout on the field.
Stay tuned for our next game, Poly City again at Homewood Field.
Yeah, it's in a couple of weeks. Should be exciting. Always played towards the end of the season. Great city rivalry. And we've been all over. We've had the MIAA game here in Ravens Rise. We've been out in Anne Arundel County, Howard County. This rivalry in Baltimore County between Franklin and Dundalk, and then Baltimore City. I can't wait. Poly City is always a terrific matchup. What do they say? Book throw the records out?
Yep.
But typically they both have great records going into that game.
Dundalk just looking to snap it and stop it. Franklin using another timeout. Clock didn't run. The ref's winding the clock, and now they're stopping it, so we're going to have to reset the clock.
Book, I'm not sure by using the timeouts they can get the ball back.
But they'll be in a tough. If they force them to punt, it's going to be a tough punt.
Well, it's a smart choice, and you want to extend the game as long as you can. You never know what might happen. You could get a bad snap, get a fumble. You are deep down in the territory. Any sort of turnover where they are right now, you're in great position. So I think it's the right thing to do. I just don't know there's enough with the timeouts and how little time is left in the game that they're going to get the ball back. But if they could force a punt or at least a snap, you never know. I mean, it is third down and victory formation for Dundalk, and I believe Franklin would be out of timeouts.
As far as I can tell.
There goes the clock, and
both teams kind of celebrate, back slapping.
Yep.
Helmet
that is
tapping.
it, but you never know on the exchange, and I think they just wanted to play it out.
And why wouldn't you? Good for them. Both coaches do an amazing job. Both defensive lines, my stars of the night.
Yeah.
And Franklin comes up on the short end, but by golly, they shut down a powerful Dundalk team and held them to 7 points. The New York Rangers scored 7 goals last night, so yeah, they can feel pretty good about how well they did.
Well, for Dundalk, ranked 13th in the Baltimore Sun poll, moved to 6-1 on the season. Last year, their win over Franklin propelled them into the state playoffs. They went all the way to the state final before they fell to Mervo last season. That's exactly where Tom Abel and this Dundalk team want to get back to. Tonight's win, one of the more impressive wins they've had on the season.
Because it was out of their comfort zone. They played a different style. They love putting up points, averaging 40. They come in and they hold Franklin to the goose egg. Wow.
That's a first tight game they've played since the Westminster game, which was their only loss of the season. Dundalk does it with a little bit of ground and pound and some great defense. And the Owls move to 6-1 on this season.
Great night here thanks to Ravens Rise in the High School Football Showdown. For Brent Harris, I'm Booker Corrigan saying thanks so much for being a part of our broadcast. And remember, you only get one shot at today.